All right, so I think we're live. This is King Bucho. Welcome to BDA Boxing. By the way, I'm not at the BDA headquarters for now. BDA is streaming from his fucking place. So, uh, I'm not streaming from my fucking laptop. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna start sending the links to everybody else so we can start this countdown. I've been drinking a bit, so bear with me here, people. Bear with me. All right, give me 2 seconds. All right, so if I'm gonna be sending the links, if anybody wants to join, you're free to join. All right, sending the links. We have two boxing cards tonight, one on Fox and one on the Zone. Now the one on the Zone is gonna be the main event. Is gonna be Bivol against Smith, the construction worker who knocked out Bernard Hopkins. And then on Fox, we're going to be having Sean Porter against Ugas, the Cuban, who a lot of people haven't seen a lot of his fights. Porter is the favorite, but you never know. I mean, I like Sean Porter, but as I've always said, this guy's an ESPN level fighter. I know ESPN now is doing, high quality cards, but I still call ESPN fighters. I still use that ESPN fighter term for boxers who aren't really world class level. Don't get me wrong, Sean Porter is a good boxer, but fuck, man. I mean, seriously, this guy. I don't think he beat Keith Thurman. Uh, he's a come forward fighter. He's a bit dirty. Comes in with his head, and never really been impressed with Sean Porter. Don't get me wrong, he's very exciting. All right, guys, in the chat, if I'm live, please write something because I don't know if I'm live yet. So I don't know if I'm talking to myself. Oh, we got Johnny Boy.
What up, buddy?
What's up, man? How are you doing? Are you still hungover, man?
Oh, dude. I got my tax returned back last night, so I went on a fucking burner, bro. Yeah,
Oh, still gotta do my taxes. It's.
yeah. My pops lost some money at the slots, and I got hammered.
Oh, oh shit. Yeah, I've been drinking since for like 3 hours now. I'm here. My girlfriend and her boyfriend. We've been drinking. So
Oh
yeah,
shit. Yeah.
yeah. Just getting ready for the fights. They're Irish. My girlfriend's Irish, and obviously her brother is too. So they fucking drink. They drink more than me, man.
Yeah, that's that's
Uh,
that's that's funny, bro. Because like I'm Irish and Italian and shit, bro. The Italians were always the fucking church going ones. The Irish dudes just drinking shit.
yeah.
At least in my family, they probably ain't all like that, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck. All right. So we also got Pavel. Pavel, what's up, man?
Yo, where's my intro?
I can't play the intros. I'm using my phone here. And
Oh, fair
BDA.
enough.
Yeah. So there's no intros
Um,
today. There's no soundboard. Just a fucking
okay.
hangout.
The poor man's BDA.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Yeah. Salute. What's up, guys?
Not much. Just waiting for the fights. You sound like you're. Are you using like headphones, earphones, or are you on speaker or something?
Yeah. I know the sound quality is shit, so let me correct that in a minute.
I can hear you. Just it sounds like you're far away or something.
I know. I know. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, no problem. All right, in the chat we have Roderick Davis, Slapnuts, Cachnello Game My Fight, New Day, the Fight Scout as always, the loyal followers, Koran Bread. Oh, I hear myself. Somebody's fucking up.
How about now?
Ah, you sound way better.
Now, yeah.
We also have John Gonzalez. All right, so guys, well, let's talk about the fights, I guess, right? What do we have? We have. Let's start with Sean Porter Ugas. Are you guys excited about that fight?
We'll see how it turns out. I only seen Ugas fight like twice, so I don't know. Like the last time I seen him, it was like Lara. So we'll see what happens. So sure, it might be interesting, but it might turn into one of them fucking Porter Broner type fights too. You know what I'm saying? So who knows?
Yeah, because I'm expecting Ugas to try to box from the outside, and obviously Sean Porter trying to come in, putting on the pressure, and then I don't know, hoping that Broner's gonna just hope that he catches the guy, or the thing is with Porter, man, that he smothers his work a lot, and that's just frustrating. I hate those type of boxers that just like smother their work, and he's become just kind of sloppy, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think I said to Gonzalo the other day. I was like, it's too bad Castano can't make 47 because he'd make for some good fights with some of these dudes, bro. At 47,
Yeah,
Castano. Yeah.
yeah, that would be yeah. But I don't know. Ugas, have you seen a lot of Ugas?
A couple fights, yeah. I haven't seen not I haven't seen a shit ton of them, but I've seen two or three. You know, he's like I say, he's kind of got that Lara where he boxes from the outside, and you know.
Yeah. By the way, if, Ugas is probably the last, along with Ortiz, one of the last Cubans that's left, I think.
Oh,
In the
he is Cuban. I forgot about that. That's
Yeah,
right.
he's Cuban. But I mean, Cuban boxing, the Cuban school of boxing is fucking getting an F lately. I mean, they're fail. Seriously, man. So Ugas better step it up. I don't think he's gonna win the fight, but
Fucking
you never.
Ortiz looked fucking terrible the other
Yeah,
again.
it's so funny. It's and like it's so funny. These LDBC fucking people are saying like, oh, because Ortiz hasn't looked good in his last two fights. Now AJ is gonna want to fight him. I'm like, why would AJ even want to fight Ortiz? He's not. He's irrelevant. Like AJ just fought Povetkin, and Povetkin, if you look at his record, is 10 times better than fucking Ortiz. So why the fuck is he gonna like? They're making our Ortiz. They make Ortiz be like this fucking this fighter that everybody has to fight for. He has no value.
Yeah, he hasn't even beat anybody in the top 10 yet. Just like the Charlos, bro. Just like like, come on, man. Like he hasn't even done anything, dog.
Exactly. All fucking Ortiz did was beat Brian Jennings like impressively. Let's say in 2015, and then in 28. When did he fight fucking Wilder? 2017 or 2018?
It was last year. It was about a year ago on the
Yeah.
dot almost.
Okay. So all Ortiz did was beat Brian Jennings, and then he gave kind of a good fight to fucking Wilder because he hurt Wilder. But then again, Molina, that fat what was he, Mexican guy or whatever, Latino guy, he also hurt Wilder. So it's not like something out of the ordinary, you know what I mean? So that's all Ortiz did.
No, dude,
Beat
I've heard these guys call Ortiz the second most skilled heavyweight in the world. I'm like, yeah, no, you're just trying to build up Wilder's shitty resume. That's all it is, bro.
because he's Cuban. That's the only thing. Oh, he's Cuban, so he's come from that guy's 50 years old. And okay, fine. He beat Brian Jennings. After that, he didn't do anything. He beat like Tony Thompson and all these fucking old boxers, and then that's it. He had that fight with Wilder, and that's it. I mean, I'm sorry, man, but Povetkin is way better than fucking Ortiz in terms of skills and fucking resume. So don't give me that fucking bullshit, man.
Well, oh, you know what drives me crazy, Bucho? I'll just flick it on to see what kind of bullshit he's talking about. But that fucking Brendan Schaub, Joe Rogan's buddy, I'm like, dude,
Oh.
you are fucking like,
What did
who
he
is
say?
he?
What did he say? What did he say?
He's like, because he was talking about, he's like, yeah, Wilder Ortiz was one of the best heavyweight fights in history and all this other bullshit. I'm like, yeah, no, you just work for Showtime now, so you're riding their dick. And then he's like, yeah, but and then it was right after AJ fought Povetkin, and he's like, yeah, nobody gave a shit about AJ's last opponent. They're like, bro, Povetkin, and never mind. And Povetkin's only loss was to fucking Vladimir, and Vladimir's
And
and when AJ fought him, and Vladimir's the best heavyweight in what 20 years, the last 20 years. I mean, come on, man.
and what happened in that Vladimir fight? How did that turn out? Remember that fight, Povetkin, Vladimir Klitschko? Fucking Vladimir Klitschko was throwing the guy around, and the referees weren't doing shit. I mean, it was a shitty kind of fight. So, and that was his only loss, like you say. So trust me, Povetkin is way better than Ortiz, and Brandon Schaub, he doesn't know shit about. I mean, this guy's an MMA fighter.
Yeah, well, and I'm like, well, and then I'll get these dudes in the comments will be like, oh yeah, because you know more about fucking boxing than a Golden Glove champion. I was like, well, dude, I used to box a little bit. I ain't no fucking Golden Glove champion, but like, it's not my fault the kid doesn't know his fucking history or how to score a goddamn fight, bro. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah. In the chat, Slapno says Schaub is a casual.
He's a
New
fucking
Day says
retard.
Brandon Schaub. New Day says Brandon Schaub is shit. I mean, listen, I don't hate the guy. I don't know, but like, come on, stop talking as if you're a fucking boxing expert. I mean, and like Johnny Boy just said, this guy's on the fucking Showtime payroll, so you have to take everything he says with a grain of fucking salt. By the way, we have official boxing scorecard. What's up, man? Official, you there? All right, he's setting up.
Yeah, but and
Sorry,
then
had some
oh,
problems connecting myself.
No worries, man. Welcome to the show.
Good.
how you doing, official?
Hey, I'm great, guys. How are you doing? So what are you expecting from the fight tonight?
Well,
Boring
for
shit.
well, come on. I mean, Sean Porter always brings it. So I mean, I like the guy. He comes there to fight. I mean, he doesn't know what else to do but to come forward, right? And just come in with his head and freaking all dirty and shit. But yeah, he
Yeah, the
brings
sweet
it.
science, you know?
No, like, yeah, exactly. No, but he brings it. He brings a fight, and we're expecting. I'm expecting Ugas to just try to box from the outside. Uh, but I think Sean Porter is going to close the distance at some point and make it dirty and maybe even stop Ugas. As far as Bivol against Paul Smith, is it Paul Smith Jr.? I forgot his first name. What's it?
Oh, fuck. It's Sam
What?
Smith Jr.
I just call him Smith Jr. But yeah, the guy who knocked out Hopkins, the guy who lost to Barrera. I'm expecting a good fight, but I mean, Bivol is just, I think, just a level, 2 levels above or 3 levels above fucking Smith in terms of skills. So I don't know how the fight's gonna play out. I don't know if it's gonna be a stoppage or maybe a decision. What do you guys think about that, though? Bivol against Smith.
Well, me, I think myself that it's going to be a great fight for Bivol for the same reasons you mentioned, because I felt like that his previous fights, his opponents were trying to box and they were defensively responsible. So they were not coming at him the same way that Barrera was coming to him, where he could showcase his countering capabilities, etc. So I think that this fight should be more exciting than his previous fights, and yeah, uh, Smith, he has nothing else. I mean, he's strong and he's powerful, but his technique cannot compete with Bivol's. So that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's not. He might get a boxing lesson from Bivol. I mean, he's a tough kid. I'm glad. I was happy when he smashed Bernard Hopkins out of the ring, but you know,
Me too.
I think everybody was happy though. Listen, I don't have anything against Hopkins, but when he started getting older, he started fighting differently, obviously because he was older. But he started fighting even more dirty than before, just to get by, And I just hated that shit, man. I just
I
fucking hate it.
I
Yeah,
fucking
it's
couldn't stand Bernard.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck Bernard, man. I'm glad he got knocked out of the ring, so there was no dispute that there's no controversy in that he
No,
had to
he
fucking
pushed
leave
him
the
out.
sport. No, he didn't. Yeah, even Hopkins realized, you know what? I have to fucking retire after this shit. I mean, but I mean, what about Bivol? I mean, so Bivol, what do you guys think that Bivol has to knock out Joe Smith?
No, TKO is enough.
Oh, so a stoppage. So he has to stop Joe Smith.
Yeah, well, to put on a good statement that he's not, you know, he doesn't have those bad nights, and to, I don't know, just get you get himself through, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since Bivol knocked somebody out too, so it'd be good to see him get a knockout.
Yeah, especially that he got a lot of shit for the fights that were not that exciting, the previous fights. So it would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, he got a bunch of shit for not knocking Pascal out, but who the fuck ever knocked Pascal out besides a prime Kovalev? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, Pascal is very he can absorb a lot of punishment. I mean, we know that Kovalev stopped him, but if you look at that fight, there were moments where Pascal was getting hit flush, and any other boxer would have just fucking went down or gotten stopped. But Pascal was, he kept on going though. So Pascal is very he can take a lot of punishment. So I don't put a lot of emphasis in that the fact that Bivol didn't stop Pascal.
yeah, yeah, me neither.
In the chat, we have Precise says TKO fools. Slapnot says Bivol is going to look very good tonight against Joe Smith. The Shepherd Sun says Del Boy live at the same time. Choices have to be made. Yeah, Del Boy has a very good channel. Uh, he should fucking jump on our show, man. I know he listens sometimes. And I actually heard Del Boy say that he wanted to be on the show. So, man, Del Boy, anytime you want to join us, man, just send us a message on Hangouts. Uh, Koran Brett says Bernard Hopkins was a master in his prime. Yeah, I agree with that. Just like I said, with Bernard Hopkins, I just didn't like his fighting style, the type of fighting that style that he had when he became really old, man. He was just dirty and just disgusting, man.
Yeah, he was clever. He was just clever, is what he was.
Well, you can call it clever, yeah. I
And
call it dirty, and I call it the refs were doing shit. Because he was the A side, whatever. He was the one. They just give him a pass, man. He was
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah,
the correct term of Hopkins beating his opponents would be that he out hustled them. You know, you hear that
Yeah,
often
hustle.
from
Yeah,
a certain
exactly.
group.
Yeah, he's borderline. Uh, he's not breaking the rules, but he's borderline almost breaking the rules. Nah,
yeah.
man, Hopkins is a bit. I know BDA is gonna hate me because he's a huge Bernard Hopkins fan.
Well,
But
shame on him.
nah, well, we've had this discussion, and he agrees that Bernard Hopkins became really dirty at some point, like really fucking dirty, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was clever. He knew how to get away with shit, is what I was getting at, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, BDA is in the chat saying, "I'm not gonna accept this Hopkins bashing. I'm not gonna have it." BDA, we're right. Your boy Bernard's fucking dirty motherfucker, man.
I think the bartender wanted to fucking blow last night. I was.
What?
I think the fucking bartender wanted to bang me last night, but she's like fucking 85 pounds soaking wet. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna break you.
Well,
Maybe
that's
what?
the way you do it. Deep.
Yeah, I was like, I've been with the same girl for like 2 years, bro. But if something happens to her, I'll give you a call, though. You know.
Backup plan. Let's see what else do we have here. Square Circle says, "Sup Bucho, what's up BDA? What's up?" All right, listen, guys. I don't know how much we can talk about these fights because although I'm glad we have some boxing fights tonight, they're not super exciting. I don't think they're very competitive. So I don't know. If you guys want to talk about something else at some point, just let me know. Man. There's no rules here.
Is there anybody on the undercard, Bucho? I didn't look at the whole card. Or is it
Shit, I
just...
don't know, man. I looked at the card, like, yeah, but I forgot, man. Like, I don't know who's fighting, man. Who else is fighting? I don't have any. I wrote shit down, but I forgot all my papers somewhere. I don't know. Anybody in the chat, let us know what the fuck the undercard is. Man, this is a great show, huh? We don't have any. We don't even know.
Yeah, we are very professional.
Yeah, very professional. That's the word. We're very professional, man. Like, we don't know what the fuck's going on. Maurice Hooker says Nazar. Maurice Hooker. Abel Ramos. Who the fuck I know Maurice Hooker. Julio Ochoa says Abel Ramos against Chia Santana. Fuck, he says great fight. Fuck, I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't know who Chia Santana is.
I know who he is, man. He's the guy that, in fact, that was the only fight of him I watched. He was fighting Benavidez, and I thought that he got clearly robbed. It was like 2 or 3 years ago, about 3 years ago on Showtime. So that's it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's not very skilled, but you know, he likes to fight on middle close range. A tough guy, tough little guy.
No.
Okay, so it might be a good fight. BDA Boxing is asking, did Hooker make weight for this? A giant fart or something?
Go drop a shit and then come back into the scale.
The fact that Sean Porter didn't make weight the first time, I mean, what does that tell you? I mean, this guy's like, he's short for a welterweight, right? He's 5'5", you know, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
He just liked to eat a lot.
Like yeah, something like that, Pucho. 5'5", 5'6".
Yeah, so he's a small welterweight and he can't make fucking weight. I mean, what does that tell you about fucking the fight?
It's a stocky little fucker, man. That guy.
I still think he's gonna win the fight, though. Well, I'm glad he made weight because he is the WBC welterweight champion, and so that means that this fight is still. I mean, he's still fighting to defend his title, so that's good to know.
Oh, you know what's funny, Bucho? I just thought of. I made a video about this a couple days ago. You remember in the beginning of the year, like right around New Year's, when all these fucking idiots were talking about, oh, look at Fox's fight schedule, and look at these other guys, they don't got shit coming up on their schedule. Now Showtime don't got shit except that She-Man, Clarissa Shields, and ESPN and DAZN got a bunch of good ass fights coming up. And these dudes ain't got shit. Besides Mikey and Spence, but, you know.
Wait, hold on. There's fucking music.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back, man. Music's fucking loud, man. Right. So yeah, Showtime, their schedule. Listen, man, Showtime isn't doing that well. And by the way, did you guys hear about Deontay Wilder? That he's gonna be meeting up with the Zone.
Yeah, his last chance of being relevant.
Oh, he's going to meet with the plantation owner, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not meeting with Eddie Hearn. He's meeting with the Zone. But the fact that Deontay Wilder a few months ago, whatever, he called the Zone garbage. And then now he's
plantation.
Yeah, exactly. And then now he's meeting with the Zone. What the fuck does that tell you?
Well, that's a slave mentality.
He's willingly going back to the He's willingly going to the plantation.
Yeah, I cannot get more cucked than that.
Adrian Broner said some stupid ass shit about that too. He's like, man, I ain't taking that fucking slave wage Hearn and them are trying to. I'm like, yeah, all right, bro. Well, you're garbage.
Well, he got that Pacquiao fight, but now I don't know what else he's gonna be getting, because I don't know who he can fight and who. Like, there's no more money at the PBC if you think about it. There's fucking no money. I mean, the money's with the Zone and ESPN now, and these fuckers don't want to fucking accept that reality. They still think him has this fucking this vault this full of fucking money. He doesn't anymore. That was in 2015, guys. That was when he had $500 million. That money's fucking gone now. They got $50 million from that Fox deal, but come on, 50 million ain't shit, man. And that's it. And then when Al Haymon is on Showtime, it's Espinosa who decides everything. He's the one who chooses which fights they want to put on. Al Haymon has nothing to say on Showtime, man. So that's why fucking Al Haymon and Wilder and Shelly Finkel are gonna sit down with the Zone because they have no other fucking choice, man. Why the fuck would they sit down with the Zone if they had everything under control? You fucking
Yeah.
dumb fucks. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, who in the right mind would really believe that Wilder would get 50 million for Joshua? I mean, really, come on.
They just got 50 million from Fox. Yeah, and they have 50 million hidden somewhere or some shit. Or they're gonna get it from. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
You people are dumb, man.
Well, yeah, what's funny about the whole Wilder AJ thing is like, bro, the one bargaining chip you have is the fucking WBC belt, and you shouldn't even have that because Fury got robbed, bro. So the one bargaining chip you have shouldn't even fucking be there to begin with. Like, dude, you're crazy.
Exactly. That's the only. Yeah. And fuck. The WBC belt is all they have, basically. You know what I mean? And they act like Wilder's this fucking superstar in the United States. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Are you really fucking kidding me? And then they're gonna have Dominic Brazil against Wilder on pay-per-view. Now, from what I understand, the only reason why that fight's on pay-per-view is because Deontay Wilder asked for a lot of money. And why did Deontay Wilder ask for fucking a lot of money to fight Brazil? Is because Deontay Wilder was offered tons of money by ESPN, which he refused. But then Deontay Wilder went, I guess he talked to the PBC or whatever, and he was like, well, this is what they offered me. Now you better give me more money than that. Or give me because, I just had this offer that I declined. He's like, oh, well, since we can't pay you, we're going to put you on pay-per-view against Dominic Brazil so they can make up for that fucking money, man.
If they put that on pay-per-view, they're fucking garbage. That's garbage, bro. Are you kidding me? That shit's gonna do 1,500 buys, and half of them will be the fucking LDBC, and that'll be it.
Who's going to pay $75 for that shit fight, man?
Fuck out of here. I'm not.
$75. I don't care what the fucking undercard is, man. I'm not gonna pay $75 to watch fucking Wilder knockout fucking Dominic Brazil. I mean, seriously, fuck, get out of here.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. I mean, the pay-per-view thing is just grade A premium, like bullshit. Who in the right mind would even pay for this? Seriously, and if you're really bored, then you can watch the fucking stream. But that's tops.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not even tech savvy like that, so I don't even know how to put the stream up and shit. So if I think I'm buying that bullshit, they're out of
Yeah,
their
well,
fucking
good
mind.
for you, I guess.
Yeah, they're out of their mind.
No, there's no way I'm paying fucking $75 to watch that shit fight, man. Hell fucking no. I paid for the Fury Wilder fight, but I'm not gonna pay for Wilder Brazil. Are you fucking kidding me, man? So anyways, I think Wilder's gonna end up with the Zone. I think it makes fucking sense.
See, I watched Fury and Wilder at my buddy's house. I think I chipped in and gave him like a 20 or something like that. But I didn't pay for it full on. The last one I paid for was fucking Broner and Pacquiao, and that's just because I wanted to see Pacquiao smack the shit out of Broner.
By the way, in the chat, we have Shlomo Bear. Jesus, I just call him Shlomo. The LDBC are too broke to buy pay-per-views. Probably, man. I'm not going to comment on that shit. Centurion Son says, Tito Ortiz is a Chuck Liddell. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, it's probably a garbage fight like that, like Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell 3. Let's see. Paul Johnson says, Showtime going HBO's way in boxing. That's right. They're probably going to end up dead. What else do we have here? Canelo says, first Wilder goes to the Zone, then the Charlo brothers. Fuck, you know what? You remember, guys, in the group chat, I was talking about like how the Zone now has the middleweight division on lock. Because the Zone they just signed Golovkin, and then I think Johnny Boy or somebody else mentioned, what about the Charlos or something? I was like, shit, it's true. I forgot about the Charlos. they're so irrelevant. I don't even think about them, man. They weren't even impressive in their last fights, and fucking one of the Charlos even lost a fight, his fight. So
I mean,
fuck
both of
that
them
shit.
got exposed.
Yeah.
They got exposed. They got exposed. All this shit talk about Jermall Charlo beating Golovkin, beating Canelo, and becoming the undisputed middleweight champion. Just that idea, man, that dream just went out the window in one fucking night,
Lions
man.
only.
Shows you how much you know about boxing, man.
GG
It
Triple
just
G
shows you how
would,
much.
Triple G would send Charlo's head into the fucking nosebleeds, bro. I mean, it's stupid. Like I say,
It's stupid, man.
Korobov, a 40-year-old Korobov, took that fight on 5 days' notice, and he went life and death with them, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here with this shit.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, now I remember after the fight, they were these Charlo fanboys kept saying that, Korobov, he's a great fighter. He's they, he's a great fighter that a lot of people don't know about. It's like fuck that shit, man. Now you're trying to hype up Korobov because fucking Charlo couldn't fucking get him out of there.
But to give the credit to PBC, what's crazy when they were offering that deal, that PBC deal to Golovkin, they were offering him the pay-per-view fight against Charlo. So I mean, we all agree that what we saw in between Charlo and Korobov, that Golovkin would destroy him. They were still crazy enough after that fight to offer Golovkin the fight with Charlo.
That dude's gonna get the shit kicked out of him if he fights. You know what the best was when Danny Jacobs got in his face after he was talking all that shit, and then he was fucking quiet as a mouse when they were face to face. I'm like, bro, you're fucking big talker, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I think his fans did more of the talking, though. I mean, I'm not saying Charlo didn't talk shit, but his fans were talking even more shit, I think.
Yeah, he said something about Jacobs. I forget what it was. Something that doesn't mean anything,
Yeah.
But what I heard recently from some guy, that is doing boxing interviews. I saw that video like couple of weeks ago. Supposedly the guy is from their town, and he's saying that the since they signed the deal with PBC and got more famous, since they're being more aggressively promoted, that they are too up in the clouds. I don't know how do you say, but that
Yeah.
supposedly that they're not taking boxing as seriously, and they're acting some big ballers, but all that is just some talk, not verified. Like, obviously, I could not verify it if it's true, but that's just something that I heard.
Yeah, well, Shlomo in the chat is saying that I even remember when the LDBC, before they styled themselves LDBC, they shot all over Andy Lee against Matt Korobov. They called that fight like two Euro bombs. So yeah, so they were shitting all over Andy Lee against Matt Korobov, and now Matt Korobov is some fucking great fighter. He's like a fucking gem in boxing, man. Get out of here.
Oh, now they're the biggest Big Baby Miller fans on the planet too. They just in love with that guy. They fucking before a couple months ago they were shitting on him, calling him a fucking joke and this clown. And now they're his best friend because he's fighting AJ. Fucking the LD.
Yeah, but after he loses, after Miller loses against AJ, they're gonna be calling the Miller a bum. I guarantee.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Official. What was that crazy shit you put about De Niro on the Hangouts yesterday? You got caught fucking.
I don't think it would be a great good thing to talk about it on a podcast,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they may shut down the channel. But anyways, I followed that shit a lot for not him, not the thing that happened to him, but globally, what was happening with that sort of crimes. I've been following it for about 2 years. I stopped. I could not take it anymore, so I stopped researching it. But man, some crazy shit is going down.
It's some dark shit, bro. Yeah. Fucking. Who's on Mikey and Spence undercard?
Let me check out.
Yeah. Because I'm going to be out of town for that. My grandma's turning 90. We're throwing a fuck.
Yeah,
We're throwing a fucking party for her next weekend, so I ain't even going to be able to watch it.
yeah. I heard you saying it on your videos. So let me see. But by the way, okay, the same night of Spence Garcia fights, there is Steven Farmer and etc. But it's on another card. But on the other card of Spence Garcia, there is David Benavides versus Gillon Love. Then there's a nice fight, Luis Neri against Meg Joe Arroyo, and also there's Chris Ariola against Jean-Pierre Augustin.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Isn't Jalen Love the guy who acts like really womanly, like really emotional?
Oh, fuck.
You talking
Like,
about it? You talking about it? The Mayweather Jim Pavel?
and not like the Jalen Love guy. I mean, like crying, like after he got his ass beat or something. Yeah, I think that's him.
Well, I don't know really. I only know that he's from Mayweather's gym because I often confuse him and the other guy, Aisha Smith. So I don't know which one is which from them two.
Oh yeah,
For some
maybe Isha Smith as well.
maybe.
Oh wait. Isn't Rosado? He's fighting. Who's he fighting? Gabriel Rosado is fighting somebody, another name. Fuck. Let me check.
Oh yeah, it's on the undercard of Steven Farmer and Carol. Rosado is fighting. Oh fuck, Suletsky.
Yeah, Suleski. Yeah. That's a good fight. I mean, that's a good fight. I mean,
I think
to
Selecki's gonna beat the shit out of Rosado. Rosado's been in too many wars, man. He's fucking. He's been cut up. He's been cut a lot and gotten, you know.
I mean, some people have Suleki beating. What's his name? Jesus Christ! What the fuck is? Suleki beat. Fuck. Who's Canelo fighting? Jacobs, man. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was pointing comfortably until the knockdown happened. So, but they would rob him anyways. Looking at the scorecards.
I'll be back in a minute, Bucho. Now I'm taking my bathroom break.
Only I can take bathroom breaks. All right.
Bucho,
what?
No, I was just saying I have a suggestion for the future phone call show.
Oh yeah, go ahead, man.
So you have to find a way to connect the caller's phone with the panelist showers. So the moment they're taking. Yeah. So you can press things like you press 3, you recognize he's taking a hot shower, screaming.
Yeah.
Think about it.
The hotline, yeah. Yeah, we can do that. No, we don't. Yeah, but that's No, but for next week we're gonna be starting the call-in show, so we're gonna be getting a lot of fucked up calls. Now the thing is, a lot of people in the hangouts now, so I don't know how we're gonna deal with the calls. Like who's gonna answer the call, man? You know what I mean? So we'll see about that shit. Because I know we're gonna get. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be getting a lot of crazy callers, man. And I'm expecting people like Stu and others to get very agitated, which is gonna be interesting. So, but we gotta calm down. Right?
With Stu, it's gonna be the bomb.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking great, man. By the way, we have Jimmy on the line. Jimmy, what's up, man?
What's going on, partner? How you doing, kid?
Pretty good, man.
Gotta tell you, you look pretty. You're all squared up there, man. You're all nice and tight. Look at that. You got your goatee and shit. You're all squared tight.
What do you mean, squirt?
Oh, I mean you're all fucking sharp, looking good, man. You got it all squared up, nice. You're not all fucking hair all over your face.
Not yet, man. I'm
coming correct.
Still drinking here.
Yeah, do you remember, like, I don't know, maybe it was from the 90s. Remember Goodwill Hunting? Remember when he, like, busted his balls about his hair? Like, it was a Boston thing. Like, we always had, like, the hair shaved up tight and the goatee had to be just right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Squared up, yeah. Like so I said, I'm just starting. Once I get drunk, it's gonna be I'm gonna be a mess, man. But Jimmy, are you excited about tonight's fights?
Yeah, I am actually. I kind of am because out of all the PBC fight, I mean, let me put that in context for a PBC fight. Yeah, because most of the time it's just fucking shit. I mean, to be honest, it's just not. But this kid, this Ugas kid, is actually his last few fights. He's looked pretty good. He's come in hungry. They said he got focused. And Sean Porter, he had to cut his hair to make weight. That's how hard it was for him to make weight today or yesterday. He had
it was a joke.
No, last minute he had to cut his hair, dude. He cut that hair off.
He weighs that much, man?
Well, if you got it, like, I don't know what if it was up in a bun or if he had it, like, dread, yeah, you could, I mean, I guess he was off by the last time. He had 2 hours to lose 1 1/8 pound. And then because of Los Angeles traffic, he couldn't get to the sauna he wanted to get to. So they said, fuck it. They just headed back. And I guess he kept spitting and running in place. But think about it, dude. That's a lot of money on the line. You have 2 hours to lose a quarter. I'm sure he was fucking just sitting over the toilet trying to push everything out. Fuck, it must have been horrible. His nerves got to be shocked.
Yeah, because he was 2 pounds, right? So, fuck.
Yeah, well, just under 2 pounds. But then he ended up making it. He got naked, cut his hair. He ended up making it. But that takes just the emotional stress on you on top of it. So I'm telling you, he'll feel good going in, but I'm sure that's going to catch up to him. To me, it tells me he didn't take him serious, which is a mistake. Because this kid fucking, I mean, what I've seen of him, and again, to beat Sean, all you got to do is just, if you can crack the shell, because he's there to be hit. If you can sidestep and catch him coming bowling in, you know what I mean? I don't know why people just don't do that anyways. I would sidestep and kind of like almost hip check him and make him fly over me. I swear to God I would. I'd have him fly over me so many times that I would embarrass him, either embarrass him to stop doing it, or the ref would say stop. But you know what I mean? Like you can bend it the waist, sidestep when he barrels in like that, or go head over tea kettle.
Yeah, do you think he has the power though to hurt Bronner? To hurt Porter?
He can crack. The kid can crack. I mean, and anybody, he catch anybody right. And if you take the other stuff and the fact that he wasn't ready for this fight, I mean, I don't think that was ever an issue in this kid's career. I think he's always come in, on point. So
now the Wackelbrook beat Sean Porter. There was a lot of holding in that fight. Remember, as Bronner was coming in, he was catching Porter coming in, and he would hold. Do you think that's the way that Ugas should approach this fight? Make it
no, because he won't be able to beat him holding him in Los Angeles. In America, it just won't happen. So he would have to, he's going to have to sidestep and throw shots. Yeah, but I think, you know what I mean. And I like Porter. I think his dad's awesome. I like Kenny and shit. I just think this kid, from what I've seen of him, Sean's just that type of dude who can be beat if you got the heart. If you're willing to go to war with him. Because he doesn't pound anybody out. You know what I mean? When's the last time he's really gone out and fucking beat anybody? But to his credit, he doesn't. Yeah, but to his credit, he doesn't take soft touches either, because he's been vocal against Al. So Al's not giving him the gravy fights. Those fights that Broner's was supposed to be gravy, but ended up being life and death, like versus Granados. That was supposed to be a walk in the park for him.
Yeah, Porter doesn't strike me as the type of guy to be ducking fights. That's what
I like about him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't wish the kid no ill will, but I just think this kid, Ugas, he can crack. So he's looked good. He's taken the last few people who've taken him lightly. He put him out. So I'm curious.
Yeah, Porter's a class act, dude. He don't talk shit. He don't fucking carry himself like an asshole like Broner or Tank or one of these other dudes, or Charlo or one of these other guys either. I like Porter too, man.
Right.
By the way, hello, Jimmy. I have a
Hey, how
question
are you,
for you.
brother?
I'm great. Well, you were mentioning that, so I didn't know Porter was 2 pounds overweight. But I have a question for you. Did Mickey Ward had problems making the weight? Because
No,
if I
never,
recall,
never.
but if I recall well, he was a big guy, a rather big guy for his division or not. And
Well,
what was how on the average, how much did he rehydrate after the weigh-in?
he would usually end up around 154, 153. After it depends on like towards the end of his, he started getting smarter. You know what I mean? Because obviously, like back in the day, you know, he was still working. He was working on a fucking driving a steamroller. You know what I mean? And he was just a normal dude. You'd hang out at the bar, go to the beach with. He was one of the guys. And he just once that surgery took place in his hand, he's like, dude, my hand ain't breaking anymore. I'm gonna take it serious, man. Like he always, but he's like, I'm gonna really fuck it. I'm gonna go for it. And he just put his training to fucking. And the thing is, because he had the name and he was already because he put on some big, you know, fights before. Once his hand broke and he lost those fights, now he was a name people wanted to fucking build off of. So after he got his hand fixed, there was never a soft touch. He never had any soft touches. Every dude he fought was either ranked number one or was in line to get a title or was trying to get his title back. Every one of the fuck dude's fights. That's why he was always in fights of the year because he never fought bums. And so, but yeah, he went to fucking war. But no, he walked around about 100. I think he walked around 65, 165. Never went much higher than 165. So he only had to shed down 15, 16 pounds. You know what I mean? But yeah, so he never thought about fighting in any other weight either. Not 165. I'm sorry, 155 because he fought at 140. I'm just having a fun. I was thinking welterweight because of Broner. But yeah, no 140. That's the only weight he ever fought at.
Did he have surgery?
But
Did he have surgery, Jimmy, after the cops broke his hand and all
Oh
that
yeah,
shit?
oh yeah. Well, he had pins put in, and then he had fucking pins put in again. And then they tried this other thing, and it didn't take. And it wasn't until a German doctor, he was the one who did Chris Nyland from the Montreal Canadiens. I always bring that up because Chris Nyland's the one who told Mickey about it. Chris Nyland played for Montreal Canadiens. He was a bruiser. That's what he did. He fought. He was from Boston. His sister owned a couple of hair salons. So Mickey knew his sister. Chris was retired, got clean because Chris ended up on Oxycontins, heroin. That was another whole side fucking craziness. But so Chris told him, like, you should go see this doctor. And this is when Chris was still playing with the Bruins at the time. And so he did. He met with him, and he took a piece of his shin bone, and they surgically put it across the back of his hand, so it keeps his hand from exploding.
Yeah, I had fucking pins in my hand before. That shit sucks.
sorry to interrupt, but I just gotta say thank you to Apology for the donation. And he says that he's at work, I think. So keep it up, man.
But
By
who do you
the way,
got winning tonight? Who do you guys got winning tonight?
well, to be honest with you, I never seen a fight of Ugas because I don't have a lot of time watching fights, so I didn't see a single fight of him. So I cannot comment on it, but I think that Bivol is going to be in an exciting fight that he's going to probably stop Smith Jr. Somewhere in the late rounds.
Right. Oh, so all right. I thought we were. Oh, okay. So we're going on to Bivol. Oh yeah, no doubt, absolutely. Bivol's too class act for that.
Where's Joe
Kid's got the
Smith
best
from?
footwork. But Joe Smith's from New York, Long Island, I believe.
Long Island. Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think it was Long Island.
Construction worker, right?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a
tough.
construction worker. Yeah, Bucho.
Yeah, works in a train station, I believe.
I respect that. I mean, I like the guy. I respect the guy, hard worker, and all. Getting into boxing, working at the same time and shit. I heard. But I don't know. I think Bivol just on another fucking level, man.
Yeah, he's going to piss him up.
I think Bivol's got a definitely. I think last time he was trying to be too aesthetically pleasing. He didn't want to make mistakes. He wanted all his punches to land. He wasn't trying to get hit. I think the kid's got a good chin. Obviously, nobody keeps their power after the 6th round. I would really, really, for his career sake, for him to get the name recognition, he needs to step up the pressure at the end. I'd like to see him go for a fucking knockout if he gets him hurt. I don't want to see him cruising to another 12th round. Yes, you have perfect fucking footwork, dude. It's impressive. But throw some zipper now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's what I was saying too. Because I mean, if you watch his fights, he haven't lose a single round probably. He's boxing great, but and I have no problems with him going 12. But it's just for the sake of his career.
Exactly.
I'd like him to happen.
Exactly. Knockout sell. You think Gennady would have become, making the money he just signed to if he didn't knock all those motherfuckers out? You know what I mean? Knockout, get you paid.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about Bivol, but he still doesn't have that same impression that Kovalev made because of, like you guys were saying, Kovalev was knocking everybody out, Golovkin was everything. But Bivol he's good, but he's not. He doesn't have those highlight reels.
Exactly. He needs exactly what you just said, a highlight reel. Exactly. He needs something to lead off on ESPN, like, whoa, look at this devastating knockout. Not that I'm wishing anybody get knocked out. If he does, I hope the kid's all right. No matter who gets knocked out, but
we all want to see knockouts, Jimmy.
What's that?
We all want to see knockouts.
Right? No doubt. It's a fucking barbaric sport. That's why it's funny. Listen, I just got to say something, man, because I just got on Twitter. I always do a quick spin up and down Twitter before I come on the show. Dude, that kid, Matt Hunter, from fucking from TBV. Dude, I want to say, if he ever listens to the show, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. What are you going to do? Kick me off Twitter for saying it? If I ever see that fucking kid, my hand to God, I'm going to fucking slap the dog shit out of that kid. Fucking Mike Montero's a good dude. I've met Mike. I know Steve. Steve's a good dude. The shit he was tweeting out and then try and pull that leftist bullshit using words like dog whistle. He's dog whistling and he's fucking, so let's try to do something about this. So like calling, like fucking EJ's tweeted, fucking getting people to dog pile on him. Like what a fucking cunt.
Which one is that, Jimmy? I know that the Ness kid. Which one is?
He's not on the show anymore. It's Mixed Combat Sports. Mark J. Hunter is his name.
The Antifa guy.
He's an Antifa fucking exactly. He's a leftist communist who tweets communist shit. He's pathologically altruistic, unbelievable fucking, just like a white snowflake to constantly virtue signal for black people. Like my black friends, dude, can't stand people like him. Like, motherfucker, don't you tell me what you think's racist.
Jimmy, it's condescending. It's condescending when people like that, they try to talk about like what black people should do, but like, I mean, come on, man, it's so condescending.
And then if black people don't agree with them, have you ever seen those leftist cocksuckers? Then they pile up on them. Then they're Uncle Toms. It's like they fucking so quick they turn on black people. And let's just say, can I just say something while we're on this leftist bullshit? When I found out something today, it made me sick. You know how like if you were to get on Twitter and say the word faggot or just be derogatory to homosexuals, I'm not saying you're saying you should, but you're done, dogpiled, fired. I mean, cut off. If you actually said something as a parent about something being taught in a school, especially in Canada, are you kidding me? They would dox your family. The fact that in Birmingham, England, that they protested for 2 weeks, hundreds of people out screaming shit like it's an abomination. We don't want this shit taught to our children. And they got those little fucking leftist pricks like Owen, that little blonde-haired geek in England, and all those hardcore leftists, and they didn't say boo, not a fucking word. And they actually pulled that program out of the school. They turned the fucking program. They said, okay, we will stop teaching it. And then then you find out that 90% of the school is Muslim and Birmingham's all Muslim. But the fact that no protest, nothing. So know what that tells you? These fucking cocks, they just target white people because white people are stupid enough to act guilty. Because if nobody acted guilty and paid these fucks any mind, they wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because seriously,
Hey, Jimmy,
it proves it right there. Yes.
In the chat, EM Serrano is asking, Jimmy, are you a Democrat?
Yeah. No, I'm not actually, but I'm not a hardcore conservative either because I do believe in prison reform, and I'm not because I believe in pro-choice. I believe a woman has a choice up to the first trimester unless her life's in jeopardy.
Yeah.
If a life's in jeopardy, because I know too many women, dude, who used abortion like it was a fucking birth control.
Oh yeah.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean, dude?
Oh
Not
yeah.
that were mine. I was fortunate, thank God, fucking for me. But people do that shit. A woman who just does it so casually, just sucks the life out. To me, that's I don't know, there's something wrong with that. But
Yeah.
anyways, so first, so I have a lot of liberal prison reform. I'm into borders, though. I'm a nationalist. I'm more a constitutional nationalist. I believe in the Constitution, and I believe in borders, nationality and all that, national pride. But I'm liberal in a lot of other ways. I do feel bad for minorities. I used to fight. I protest, not protest, but I marched for gay rights back in the '90s because I knew gay people back when they were fucking still getting beat up on a daily. Not hyperbole like it is in the news. I'm talking. I know dudes who used to stand on a corner because there was no real gay clubs back in the '80s around here, so they would have to pick people up in the street. These teenage kids would stand there, and when the dude would pull over, the other kids would fucking pull the dude out of his car, take his necklace. Horrible shit. I was never involved in it, but I knew it used to go on all the time. They used to call it gay bashing. Now, if that happened now, it'd be the lead story in the news. And I'm talking like nightly basis. So it made me sick as I get old. I'm like, what the fuck? That's just cowardly, man, targeting these people because they know they won't go to the cops. A lot of them were married back then, didn't want to be outed. So to me, it was picking on the weak, and I just don't like to see the weak of any. I don't care if it's race, religion, or anything. I hate to see the weak get taken advantage of. That's all.
These
People in the chat saying Jimmy the gay lover, Jimmy the rainbow, but they're just joking around. Don't worry, Jimmy.
No, I know.
No, they're just joking.
I don't get offended by that either because, you know what I mean? I'm secure in it and that shit. Never bothered me.
No, I agree with you, Jimmy.
The dudes who get all fucking, oh, man, fuck, I ain't no faggot. Dude, why are you getting so heated?
Yeah, there's something
wrong.
So
are you afraid you're gonna trip and fall down on his dick? Why are you getting so
exactly? Yeah.
I
agree with you. No, exactly, Jimmy. I agree 100% with you.
So another human being thinks you're attractive, so am I supposed to punch him in the face? You know what I mean? Well, thanks, buddy. I happen to like pussy, but you can suck that dick. Have fun. You know what I mean? I wish all the good-looking dudes were gay. It was more pussy for me. That's what was great about my
exactly, man.
When I was down there for summer.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You talking about the abortions. See, I'm with my girlfriend in a long distance relationship, so we are seeing each other every couple of months, etc. So, like the last year, she was asking me to borrow some money to her friend for an abortion, and she was saying me that it was like her second abortion in the same year in the last 12 months.
Oh my God!
I know.
Official.
She had more abortions than the times we had sex.
Yeah, official. I always get these broads from fucking high school, the ones that look good in high school, then right after they blew up like fucking balloons, and then they now they got 4 kids and shit.
Yeah.
And now
just look at the mother. That's all you gotta do. Just look at the mother. Most of the time, they end up looking like them.
Yeah.
So if the mother looks like a troll by 40, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you're right, man. Hey, by the way, we have Gonzalo on the line. Gonzalo, what's up, man? I guess Gonzalo went to the bathroom. He waited too long.
Hello.
Oh, you're there, man. What's up, man?
Gonzalo, what's up, kid?
How you doing, Bucho, Jimmy?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
Gonzalo, you excited about tonight?
About the Sean
fights,
Porter
man.
fight?
Sean Porter and Bivol.
Bivol's not that exciting of a fighter. He's just really good.
We were just saying the same thing.
Yeah. And
what time is
Sean
it there right now, brother?
Right now here,
yeah.
Right now here it's 8 o'clock, 7:59 a.m. in the Philippines.
In the morning, right? Yeah. So a whole
Yes.
almost 12 hours after us, right? It's fucking first thing in the morning. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's already starting to get hot.
It sounds like you just woke up. That's why I'm like, you sounds like you need a cup of coffee.
Man. Yeah, I actually woke up about half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago, but I had to go make some coffee, and I'm drinking coffee now.
Breakfast and boxing. That's cool. Get a fucking omelet going. Watch some boxing.
Yeah, I will. But here, sometimes it's hard to get the fights. I had gotten ExpressVPN, which is a router. I don't know if you ever heard of that, Jimmy. I mentioned it the other day. But you see, I got it when I watched the World Cup, so it redirected the channels from England. You could set it up to anywhere in the world. So you get on the VPN, then you reroute like to England, the United States. But so I got the monthly subscription. I canceled. So I got the monthly subscription again for the Express VPN to reroute my fights through for the Dan service through the router from the United States. But it wasn't working. I had some technical issues, and so I canceled.
So they
And
don't
also,
offer the ESPN
yeah,
app there?
not a ESPN Plus,
No,
only
huh?
regular ESPN. It's weird.
Yeah, that is strange.
Gonzalo, I think I know what you could do because recently, a couple of days ago, I was looking for a way to watch the fights from here in France, and I did some research, and it is saying that first of all, you don't even really need the VPN unless you are the one who stream to the others, so they're not really going to bust your balls about it. Nobody is going to send you the letters, etc. But what I did is I downloaded the thing called Kodi. By the way, Bucho, sorry if I'm not supposed to talk about this on the podcast. And yeah, I have pretty much every channel in the world, including Italian DAZN and Showtime and ESPN. So if you cannot find the other way to watch it, just let me know. I can help.
Just tell him in the Hangout chat then.
These
Okay.
kids, these
I
kids are
will.
These kids are banging away on the prelims here right now, man. They got prelims and shit right. And right now they're fucking banging away.
I appreciate it. I will do that. I will download the Cody. I know my mom has it down in TJ. She watches the movies, but yeah, I need to try that. It's with the K or with the C? I forgot.
With the K, yeah, it's a pretty good thing. The only problem is that I'm like you because I don't have the fiber internet, so the internet in my building is bullshitted, and I'm going to sue the owner, so he can can bring me the fiber internet so I can
Yeah.
watch, but. The program is working as
Yeah.
it's working pretty well. So if you have a good connection, you're not going to have any problem with it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, hey, Bucho, I was just going to say real quick, man, it looks like you don't have to really worry about saying anything about Justin Trudeau anymore, huh? That dude's got himself in a world of hurt up there with that SC Leveland fucking shit,
Yeah,
boy.
I still think
Oh, shit.
he's still gonna win in October, but he's gonna win a minority government, in my opinion.
Oh, Jimmy, they just fired a bunch of people from the fucking hospital and shit for like falsifying the records or some shit like that too.
What's that, in a Jesse Slomet case?
Yeah. Nobody's walking around Chicago at fucking 2 a.m. when it's 40 below zero, bro. Come on.
No, that whole story was ridiculous on its face. No, I was talking about Justin Trudeau, the prime minister. Oh, really? You think he's even going to survive long enough to get to the election? You don't think he's going to get forced out or step down?
No, because there's no opposition.
Okay. I was just curious because that's what I hear a lot of people calling. I know he's lost 2 members of his cabinet have retired. When your cabinet ministers start retiring, no, like saying that's telling we don't have faith in you. That's a bad hit.
Yeah,
and the
like
thing is, it was a woman who did that from his own party.
Mhm.
That's a hard thing to survive.
Yeah,
Never mind, he could go to prison for what he did.
That dude looks like the kid who played Vinny Paz in that one fucking Vinny Paz movie from a couple of years ago.
Did you guys like that movie?
What the hell was the name of that movie?
Fuck. Bleed for me. Bleed.
Yeah, blood something. Yeah, bleed for this or bleed for me. Yeah,
bleed for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was alright.
It was okay. I mean,
Yeah, it
I
was
didn't
just
see it.
okay. It was just okay.
I liked the fighter until Jimmy told me that he was completely inaccurate.
Well, no, the entertainment-wise, if I didn't know Mickey, it would be a fucking excellent movie. Again, because it just painted people that I care about deeply badly, man. Right? Look let me ask you, right? You watched the movie. if you, from going off that movie, right, wouldn't you think his sisters were just total porch buzzard losers? Like, right, straight up
Yeah,
white
well,
trash.
you get the idea that just hanging around in the house and there was
Yeah,
no
nah,
kid.
dude.
Yeah.
He's got a sister who's an executive at a bank, very educated.
Oh wow.
No, dude, no. Dickie was a fucking wacko. He's got
Yeah.
one sister, his second oldest, who's closest to Dickie. Like, that fucking girl was crazy. She would throw hands with anybody. She didn't give a fuck. Like, all the girls were afraid it was crazy back in the day. But and then his youngest sister too. She wouldn't take much shit. But the other fucking four girls, no, they were all.
What about Mickey's mother? Was she portrayed accurately or?
That was the most atrocious of all.
Oh
Heartbreaking.
wow.
She stormed out. Melissa Leo, the
Oh,
one
you
who
told
played her.
us. Yeah, you told us.
She
Yeah,
chased her out of the theater. She chased, what's going on? And Alice was ripping. But to the point, though, a lot of people had said it killed her. She died within a year. Broke her heart.
Oh, but you think what?
Well, remember, like, listen, if you're like, now, her whole thing was she was this, like, that one scene especially where it was, I think, McCallum. It was somebody coming down from 160 pounds to fight him at 154. Or it was some crazy thing. He had to go up 2 weight classes, and it was for like $1,200 or $1,500. In the movie, his mom's like, and Mickey's the one, the voice of reason, saying, "I don't know, man." And his mom's like, "Mickey, we need the money, and this is good exposure." Dude, that is the absolute opposite of what happened. She stormed out of there that night. She was furious. She was saying, absolutely not. Furious, dude. For them to play that one part, that was the one part in his career, like, you know what I mean? She did not. So them to completely turn it way around because they didn't want to make him look like, because Mickey was like, fuck it. I fucking trained. I'm fighting him. Right? He didn't give a fuck. But, so yeah. But his mother was furious. So that broke her. And then the way it portrayed her kids. And she knew. They tried to explain to her because, like, she was on the set for a few shit, especially when they were shooting here in Lowell. And you could see the way they were shooting, the way their actors were acting, the way the sisters looked. Like, that Conan O'Brien, the guy did late night show dude.
Yeah.
His sister was one of the sisters. His sister in real life played Mickey's sister. I met her in Chateau. I found out.
Oh.
I didn't know. She's like, Conan O'Brien? And I'm like, yeah, that fucking fool with the big hair. And she goes, yeah, that fool's my brother. But she was cool. She was laughing.
By the way, just before joining into this show, I was listening to Teddy Atlas's podcast, and he was talking a bit about the Mickey Ward movie. And apparently he asked Dickie of how real if the movie was accurate or not, and apparently Dickie told him I didn't know I jumped out of so many windows.
Yeah. But you know what fucked up, dude? He did jump out that window that day.
Oh, okay.
He did. He jumped, but you know what? But he probably didn't jump out as many as they jumped, but he did jump out a window that night.
By the way,
He did crazy shit.
I just want to say thank you, John. Gonzalo Anaya. Thank you for the contribution. Yeah.
Oh, so if you want to see Dickie in action, right? Go to fucking Google whatever and punch in "Lost Lives in Lowell, High on Crack Street." It's an HBO documentary special, and it's Dickie Eklund and Boo Boo and Dickie's girlfriend and Boo Boo's girlfriend. And Boo Boo's one of the Eklund's cousins. Fucked up. He's got AIDS and shit. He's a mess. He was a crackhead. But yeah, dude, they shows Dickie walking into fucking like a store. He walks right in, walks right by a thing of golf clubs, picks it up, puts it on his shoulder, and just walks right out the door. Jumps in the car. Let's go sell these fucking things. It's like, it's terrible. Oh yeah. Remember in the movie they were showing? Yeah, they showed all that in the movie. That's right. They were showing the camera crews with him in the movie.
Yeah.
No, he was telling people it was like HBO was doing a special about him because he was a fighter, but it was dudes doing a special about crack.
Yeah, so that was true, right?
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
It was bad. Like, you saw Dickie, you thought you took your necklace off. You didn't know if he was jacked up. If he got really jacked up, like, I only saw him a couple of times, like, his eyes were the size of quarters, and he was chewing on his fucking teeth, and he's just looking, what's up, dude, talking fast. And he's scanning everybody. I'm saying to myself, he's just looking who he can rob. Fucking without a doubt. Oh, yeah, no, I saw him a couple of times like Jimmy, that. It was bad. But, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask if he really would have trained hard and maintained himself clean. Was he good? Did he have it? What did he do good in the ring? In your opinion?
First off, his toughness. Like Sugar Ray Leonard said in his book, he said Dick Yakon was the toughest man he ever fought. He said, I never hit anybody so clean. Like he said, Sugar Ray Leonard said, like he said, it was disheartening. He goes, I could not believe he was getting up. He goes, I felt his jaw break. He goes, it was disgusting.
Jesus Christ.
And he got right up, spitting. Let's go. Yeah, Dick, he was nuts, man. I seen him do, oh my God, I've seen him toss beatings on the streets because it's so deceiving because he's only 5'9", 5'10" around, and he's, back then when he was hitting the pipe, he's like 150 pounds with wet jeans on and quarters in his pocket, and fucking, he would light up dudes. You wouldn't even see his hands; they would just fold. Bouncers, police, didn't matter.
I had a buddy who was fucked up on the H and shit, bro. He jacked the fucking autographed Brett Favre helmet and got like $1,000 for it. You get a fucking. You get a lot of money for that in Wisconsin. That'd be like selling a Brady helmet in Jimmy's neck of the woods.
Dude, you know what he did? Fucking, I'll tell you, fucking insane. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Boston. It's in Newbury Street. It's kind of like the Rodeo Drive of Boston. This fucking fool pulled up in a car, right? He walks out. First, he comes out. So he walks into a fucking Coach purse. It's like purses, Coach purses. They're huge money, right? Some of them go up to thousands and thousands of dollars. So right inside, they had this display that turned, and it had all the new coaches. Like the cheapest one on this carousel was like $1,500, right? And there's like 10 of them. He walks in, and he's trying, he goes to grab it and walk out the store, but it's got a fucking wire to the fucking thing, right? So it's plugged to the fucking counter. So he goes, what the fuck? He puts it down. So he knows they're gonna call the cops. He runs out to the trunk of the car. He's throwing shit around. He probably comes back with with the right cutters. Snap, cuts it, fucking throws it in the car. His girl's driving. He takes off. Oh yeah, he was fucking insane. He was going around that night selling fucking $5,000 purses. Who's got $500? He sold them like that. But no, he was good for selling. All the junkies were. I shouldn't call them that. God forbid. But the teeth things, the brightness, the Crest brightness. They're like $32 a pack at CVS.
Yeah.
They were walking to CVS with a duffel bag, doing just empty everyone into their duffel bag. Get out of the way and just push someone through the way. Because at $30, $5 out of a trunk. Man, priests would buy them. Nuns would, hey, think you got more of those? You know what I mean? Finding it hilarious.
By the way, I just want to thank Steven Schneider for his contribution. So thank you, Steven Schneider.
But yeah, no. So Dickie was a character. I'll tell you, that fucking dude portrayed him awesome. But did an unbelievable job portraying him. But
the thing about the movie, I mean, when you accept like Hollywood to make a movie about your life, whatever, yeah, you're expecting them to like fucking change a lot of the things that actually happened, right? Like,
and Mickey knew that. Okay. He was cool with it. He knew that, and he would try to say, "Mom, listen, it's just a movie." But he was pissed though because they didn't. I think they told him that was supposed to be cut out. Because it did. It portrayed his mom. Like, why? What did it really have to do with the plot of the movie, right? It really didn't. All it did was there to make her look bad. It made her look like money was more important than her son. So you can understand, right? That would, especially when it's not true, it was the other way around.
Because they could have taken that out and he wouldn't have changed the movie. You know what I mean?
Nope, and that's the part that hurt her. That really hurt her. Because she was getting, of course, you know how people are. People writing her letters. How could you do that? That's your son. Oh, hundreds of letters. Oh, hundreds of letters, dude. All the time. They had to change it to a P.O. box. They had to change their address to a P.O. box. People sending letters. You put your son. Oh, yeah, think about it. Millions of people see a movie. And there's always get wackos who just want to fucking tell you what they think of your parenting.
And you know why they kept the... You know what? You know why they kept the trilogy, the Mickey Ward, Arturo Gatti fights out of the movie?
They want another movie.
They wanted, exactly. They were going to do another movie. And then things got caught, all held up. And that first movie almost didn't get made either. That was in production. That took a long time to get made.
I remember reading on the internet like all these rumors that they want to make a movie about Mickey Ward, but it never actually fucking materialized. But
well, first they paid $75,000 for the transcript, but they gave it to Dickie, and he took off to Florida.
By the way, John Gonzalez in the chat is donating, and he's saying that this is for Jimmy and his stories. I enjoy them.
Oh, man, thank you, Johnny. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Bucho.
No,
That
man, what the fuck? This is the point of the show. That's why we like having you, man. You have the great fucking stories, Jimmy.
that
Well,
fucking
it happened to him.
that fucking mob movie that Scorsese's got coming out this year. They've been working on that fucker for like 8 years, bro. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, been looking forward to that shit. I was hoping
There hasn't been a good mob movie since Goodfellas.
yeah, fucking Casino. Fucking, yeah, that's got them all in there too. I was like, dude, I hope these guys make one more before they get too old, because they're all already 70-something years old. I was like, I hope they make one more before they get too old. Yeah, that's got them all in there. Pesci and De Niro and Al Pacino and Harvey Keitel. It's got them all in there.
Yeah, it's true.
I know Harvey Keitel's good. It was like when Mickey, after the fight, one thing, he did get some cool shit. Like Sylvester Stallone sent him a poster, an autographed, framed, really nice poster that said, "To the real Rocky." You know what I mean? Shit like that. He got a ton of acknowledgement from other pro athletes everywhere he went. He was throwing out pitches and, Yankee Stadium, Fenway, get standing ovations at the Boston Garden. It was crazy. It was hard because he's not like that. He's not the type of person to I swear to God, if we were all out together right now and he was with us, within 10 minutes, you'd forget he was Mickey Ward. You know what I mean? Like, he would just be one of the dudes with us. He'd be like, he'd say, "Hey, Bucho, so what, you got any brothers, sisters?" And he would want, really, he would ask you about yourself and want to know. Never was full of himself. He's not the type of person you talk about himself in third party, put it that way, right? Just a good dude.
How did we end up talking about Mickey Ward here? And the movie.
I don't know. Sorry. I don't think I brought it up, did I? I don't think I did.
It was me, guys, because yeah.
No, it's all good, man. I'm just wondering. No, this is interesting stuff, man. And yeah, like, I wish they would have made the movie Mickey Ward against Arturo Gatti. I think the guy who was gonna play Arturo Gatti was what was his name?
It was that kid from Entourage. What was the
Yes.
Yeah.
Turtle from Entourage.
Yeah. But anyways, I think I don't know. How old is fucking Mark Wahlberg anyways now?
50. He's 50 now.
Yeah.
Do you know he did time, right? Mark Wahlberg did time.
Yeah, he's from Boston or somewhere. Where is he from?
He's from Southie. I knew his sister. His sister died of cancer, young, 42 years old.
Oh, wow.
Didn't he take somebody's fucking eye out of his head or something?
Well, yeah, a Vietnamese dude. He was charged with a hate crime. He bashed a Vietnamese dude. He took a piece of broken parking meter. He picked it off the ground and cracked the dude in the head with it and opened his head up. He was an original. He was a part of the fucking Boys in the, his brother was in it. That fucking, I forget the name of him now, In Sync or something, whatever the fuck the name of that boy band. He was a part of that originally, but then when he got sent to, fucking jail.
Oh, In Sync.
In Sync, yeah. He was originally part of that, but he got sent to jail. So when he got out, that's when he did the Good Vibrations.
Man.
Dude, he was a kind of a douche, man, on the movie set. Just might as well let you know. He's the one who showed up with a huge entourage and fucking a fleet of black fucking SUVs. A bunch of dudes get out. Yeah. And there was the fucking other dude who won the Academy Award. What's his name? Can't think of his name. The kid who played Dickie.
Bale. Christian Bale.
Dude, totally. I was expecting, really, I was setting my mind, this guy's a douche. He's a douche, right? English fucking Academy Award winner. Shows up in a Toyota Corolla, dude, was the nicest fucking guy. Total. Got out with a fucking baseball hat on. Hey, what's up, man? Just totally fucking down to earth. Really cool dude.
Was that Christian Bale?
Yeah, really cool dude. I was expecting.
He did have that meltdown, though. He did have that meltdown on stage, remember?
Right.
Like he started screaming to the guy from the. Remember that video, that audio? There's no video, but there's the audio where he's yelling at the guy, like the guy who holds the lights.
Right.
The best meltdown.
I heard he's a hard ass.
Yeah.
The best meltdown of all time is the fucking Mel Gibson one when he was screaming at his wife.
Oh, that chick, yeah. I'll tell you, Dickie did make him nervous, though. Dickie made him nervous, and Dickie knew it too. Dickie knew every time he sweat, fucking get on Christian Bale a little hard, he would get money. In fact, towards the end of the shooting, I think I might have mentioned this. They gave him $10,000 and a first class ticket to go to Florida.
Hey, you remember Jimmy? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. That was it.
I was gonna say, Jimmy. Remember when Christian Bale won the award for that movie, The Fighter, and then he was he was thanking everybody for blah blah blah. And at the end, he was giving like a plug to Dickie's gym.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that? And then
yeah.
and then everybody was booing. Do you remember
It was,
that? I remember he
it,
was just giving a plug, thanking Dickie, and he was like, "Check out his gym at blah 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 street," and then you hear all these actors booing him.
I fired. Dickie said a lot of horrible shit. Maybe I went around Hollywood. He said a lot of horrible shit about
Oh,
actors.
okay,
Yeah,
probably.
it was like, yeah, he was like, you fucking pretend for a living, you douchebag.
Okay, okay, maybe that's why they hit him.
But I don't know if that could have got around. Plus, also, they might have seen Lost Lives on Lowell. He didn't look good in that.
Okay, probably. Yeah. I doubt it, but yeah, maybe.
And having your girlfriend fucking giving blowjobs on top of the bed, you're underneath it going through the dude's jeans.
I heard Kristen Bell's a hard ass because he likes to do good movies, so he takes his part really seriously. But I mean, I guess that's a difference. There's a difference between being an asshole in real life and being an asshole because you want to do a good job when you're acting. Because he is a really good actor.
Yeah, method actors they call them. They
Method
never
acting.
leave. They never leave character. They take that character. They go home in it. That way, they never lose it. And he did do that. Like we'd go out a few times, people eating, and he didn't stop talking like Dickie. It was crazy. He acted like him. His mannerisms, everything.
They get into character, right?
Exactly. He stayed in character. He was
Who-
Dickie the whole time.
Who was the kid who played Jimmy Braddock in Cinderella Man? What was the actor's name?
The Australian dude,
Russell Crowe.
Russell
he-
Crowe. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a meltdown too. He beat the shit out of somebody at a hotel or something. I forget.
Yeah,
what
but he
it
has
was.
anger issues. Yeah, it's been known.
Yeah.
He's-
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Remember the Hasselhoff breakdown, or he was drunk?
It was
Knight Rider guy, that was funny.
yeah, that was classic.
That ruled.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever
John
seen that.
Gonzalez. We have John Gonzalez on the line. What's up, John?
Hello,
Johnny,
guys.
what's up, partner? How's the fucking mail service?
That's good. Getting
That's
better.
good, brother. That's
Slowed down
good.
a lot.
Right after the holidays.
Yeah, dude.
Are you going postal?
Not yet.
You
Talking
going
about
postal?
meltdowns, my favorite was Mel Gibson. That he had classic lines when he was calling his wife cunt and shit like that. Oh, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, when I want you to suck me, you suck me.
And that word cunt, right? You know how I learned about that word? I ever tell you a story about my father? Some people find it kind of creepy because it involved, my head, but whatever. So I'm a little kid. I heard it in the playground, right? Cunt. I'm like, what's a cunt? You don't want to ask the kids because you don't want to sound like a dork. So I go home, and he was in a bad mood. So I'm like, hey, Pops, hey, what's cunt mean? And of course, he kind of gives me a look. He's like, all right, I'll tell you, but don't use it. All right, come on. So we go to find my mom. She's sleeping on the couch, right? She's in fucking one of those bathrobes, right? My father goes over and he peels the bathrobe back, right? And he points. He goes, you see that? You see that? That's your mother. Everything else that touches that is a cunt. Get it? Oh, man, it doesn't play good on panel. Pointed to her pussy saying, that's your mother. Everything else that touches it's a cunt.
That's fine. I like that one.
Yeah, I guess it's better in person, but yeah, I saw a comedian say that. It was fucking. I almost pissed myself when he told the story.
I'm reading some of the comments in the chat.
Am I getting eviscerated?
Yeah, it's like Jimmy. He doesn't have any good jokes. No, I'm joking. That's nah. They're not good about you, Jimmy. Don't worry. No, they're just talking about. Now they're talking about Russell Crowe. This is. And Mel Gibson. This is supposed to be a boxing show, but guys, I mean the fights tonight. Although we're gonna be all watching, they're not. I mean, this isn't a big. These aren't big fights, So.
But they're interesting though, because to me the storylines we could talk about that. Like Bivol beaten, he's got to look good for his career. He's got to put on a good show.
Well, yeah, Jimmy. Right? Yeah, we can talk about the future as well, right? I mean, like Bivol needs to, like you guys are saying right now, he has to impress us, and then he there's several options for him to fight at light heavyweight, such as Kovalev and what's the guy who knocked out Stevenson? The
Vosnik.
Vosnik. Yeah, so I mean.
How many
By the way, well, go ahead.
how many fights does Bivol have? Dimitri Bivol?
I think
20.
this will be yeah,
He's fast
16,
tracking, right?
16, I think.
16, right? Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah,
16?
exactly.
Oh, shit.
Because
Or no,
he's
or maybe I confused him for Gvozdik. Gvozdik has 16. I don't know
Yeah, no,
for.
I think he has 20 something.
Bivol?
yeah,
No, I think I wrote it down.
Bivol's ready. He's when you talk about a technically sound guy, that dude comes up to mind. He is just pretty good.
His
Oh,
Pretty good
footwork
all
sorry,
to me is the
around.
Rizal.
best in boxing
Sorry
right
for
now.
cutting you off. He has 15 fights. This is going to be his 16th.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's ready for. I mean, he's champion already, but he's in his prime. He should be taking all up and comers and you know.
Well,
And
his style dictates that. His style is his type of style. If he continues to fight this, that's not a style that's going to do you well when you're 36, 37, because he's all about his footwork. He parries in and out. He darts in and out. Never really breaks his pat. You know what I mean? Like if you notice, his feet are always shoulder width. His heel to his toe. If I were in person, I'd show you. But the way he bounces in and
exactly,
out, it's
exactly.
like I'm telling you, it's like the guys I used to watch it a lot too. Oh man, I can't even. I'm stoned as a fire right now. But they dart parry the professional sword fighters. With they wear the
Yeah,
masks.
fencing.
Fencing, exactly.
Fencing,
Those
yes.
guys got insane fucking footwork, dude. It's all a
Mm-hmm.
foot. It's all your legs. And that's
Jim,
what reminds me of that. Boy, he pounces in and out.
Jimmy Lennon's got some fucking little shades on right now. I'm watching the prelims. He looks like fucking Agent Smith off of fucking Matrix over here.
Who does?
Jimmy Lennon.
Oh, Jimmy Lennon.
He's in the sun. He's doing the prelims and shit. He looks like fucking Agent Smith from Matrix with these glasses on.
He's always been my favorite, Jimmy Lennon.
Well, I like
really?
Jimmy Lennon.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Michael Buffer is he's more. I don't
Dude.
know. He's.
He owns that. Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh yeah, he patented. Yeah.
Yeah, he patented that motherfucker. He gets paid every time you
Oh,
hear that in a
shit.
movie.
Yeah, if
Does he
anybody
still
else.
say that? Does he still
Oh,
say
yeah.
that with the zone?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, of
that's
course.
his thing. Oh yeah,
That's why they have him.
If anybody
That's
I
a
heard. Yeah,
because
I heard him. Let's
they are-
say let's get this party started, but I didn't hear him say that again. Yeah,
Ah.
Hey, is this
Because
brother
I-
still doing UFC? Oh, I'm sorry, I had a delay.
yeah.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
No, I was just gonna say. I just thought it was like a network thing that he couldn't bring it over to the other network, but if he patented, I mean that's his own thing. But I just
Yeah, in
haven't
fact,
heard
he
it.
said it on HBO. Remember, it was weird. He did the or he did a fight one day. It was on Showtime, and all of a sudden it was Buffer last summer. That's when I knew HBO was done. When I started seeing Michael Buffer on Showtime and shit, I was like, "What's going on?"
That dude has the best job in the world. Think about it. He gets flown out to the big fights, says a few words, sits in the front row with the seats, and hangs out with
First
fucking
class
ring
too.
girls.
Everything's
he's
first
like
class.
he's like 80 something, and his wife is like way younger, man. She looks like a model.
Gets to hang out with the fucking ring girls in front row seats to the fights and shit. Best fucking job
Oh
ever.
yeah. And all
And
he
he
has to
never
do
even
is
he never even wanted to do that for a living. He did it as he was a model in the 70s. He said he sucked at that, and then he started doing construction work, and he hated it. And then one night he did it as kind of a fucking just got up and did it, and then he was horrible too. He said, and he fucked it up, but he stuck with it. And then obviously look at him now. Fucking dude gets I think he gets $500,000 for every appearance.
that's what I heard. That's too much, no?
Well, it's just put it this way, right? If you're a promoter and when you got him, you're in an arena and Michael Buffer, who's so iconic now, like you just said that. Let's get ready. You hear that? It shows that this is the shit fight. So it's all a part of the pomp and circumstance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his brother still does the UFC shit too, Jimmy. I think you asked.
Yo,
that.
he's not even talented. I mean,
That
I'm
dude's
sorry,
a
man.
bum.
He just
Alright.
fucking yells.
I mean, I can do that shit. No, I can do that. I can do. Here we are in the UFC. Like, see, it's all.
You actually sound like him.
Yeah, it's so easy, man. But can I do Michael Buffer? Fucking no way, man. And by the way, Michael Buffer is way more classy, and
Yeah,
it makes
exactly.
it makes sense. I mean, I don't want to shit on. I like the UFC and all, but let's be honest, man. Boxing is more classy. You just look at the front row. Look at the people who are sitting in the front row. No, it's true. Look at the people who are
See,
sitting in the
Yeah,
front
yeah,
row.
yeah.
you guys are too young, but Jimmy Lennon Jr. always reminded me of his father. His father's a Hall of Fame. Like, it was an incredible ring announcer. You know, you hear all those things in the 50s. What? You know what I mean? The announcer that, you know, they have that voice. It's not like they were talking fast because it's old. That was his
Yeah.
father. His dad, Jimmy Jr. Jimmy
Oh
Lennon
yeah, yeah,
Sr.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
He
what I
was a
heard.
famous. So I remember growing up hearing him. He was the Michael Buffer of the day. So I always kind of like, he's just a kid. But now his dad's probably long dead now. But
Who was the other old one? Don Dunphy, was it? Yeah. Don
I don't know.
Dunphy.
Yeah, that's not. He was more the Chicago area, right? Middle America. He did those
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, I think he. Yeah, I'm trying to think. No, I think so. Yeah, because I think he was buddies with like Tony Zale and one of them dudes from out here. I don't know. Yeah, back
Tony
in the.
Zale, that was one of the hardest punching middleweights ever.
Yeah, that fucker could throw down.
That dude could fucking hit.
Yeah, the fucking Graciano fight. My grandpa would always be talking about the man, fucking Graciano and Tony Zale. Those were some fucking badass fights. I think he won.
Warriors, yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys have never seen those fights, man, do yourself a favor if you can find them on YouTube or whatever. Good
Yeah, I'm not saying
fights.
that their job is ultra complicated because I mean it's hard at the level that they have to learn the names and the pronunciation because you got fighters from all over the world. I mean, but you are making this insane amount of money, so it's worth it. I mean, it's pretty
Exactly. And then how
relaxed.
long? Yeah, you just got to practice at your hotel room to practice their names. But Buffer got
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good
yeah.
at that. He would try to get the dialect down. He would try to get he didn't want to sound stupid using. So he would, if he was doing a fight in Russia, he'd want to use the Russian. He would even do that growl they use, that grunt, that
Yeah, yeah,
growl the
yeah.
Russians do. You know what I mean? So he did take it serious, and like Bucho said, I think described him perfect. He's classier. You know what I mean? His brother. You know what I mean? With the just exudes classier.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Well, that's boxing. I mean, anyways, let's not get into that shit. But
So what do you think? Do you think fucking all this rumors about
oh,
what's his name Wilder going with the zone?
Jimmy, talk to
What's
us
up?
about that shit. Talk to us about that. You know a lot about this stuff, right? So, what's the deal with Waller now? Because apparently he was offered a deal by ESPN, which he declined. But now apparently he's gonna be sitting down with ESPN. I think the executive, whatever. Uh, and Al Heyman's gonna be there. Shelly Finkel's gonna be there. So what's up with this meeting? Is he gonna be on in the zone now?
Well, now obviously Heyman doesn't let anything out what he talks about, but from the people that I talk to, right in the industry, and what they say is financially, think about it. If he's turning down $12 million, I think wasn't that what he was just offered? Was it
Yeah,
12.5 or something? Okay, 12.5. If he fights Brazil, they're saying it's going to have to be a pay-per-view, correct?
correct.
That fucking fight will not fucking sell enough pay-per-views to cover if they even pay him $6 million. Now, so you're at home with your wife. Obviously, he's got loyalty. There's the tribal angle with the fucking
Blah blah
Heyman. It
blah
is
blah
what it
blah
is,
blah.
right? Yeah, blah blah blah. So, but he's at home, and his wife's saying, "Man, you're leaving a lot of money on the table." And then there's precedent. Look at Broner. Broner left 40 million. Broner left another 10 with fucking, you know what I mean? And it was because it was always, you'll get it. Don't worry. I got plans. Now fucking, you can put yourself in Wilder's shoes and you're married. Who cares? You got Rolls Royce, whatever, driver. You want more. Everybody wants more. And you're seeing Gennady signing these monster deals. You're seeing fucking, Canelo getting monster deals. And then you see Pacquiao just come on. You find out they probably paid Pacquiao's fucking $18 or $20 million fucking tax bill. And you're sitting back saying the most I made salary was fucking $5 million. And then, whatever on the back end on that pay-per-view. But it's like, seriously? And it's all been held together with promises. Yeah, they were getting a third more per fight back when the PBC had money to burn. But those days are gone. They're getting industry standards now. In fact, below standards. And they're also fighting on the most expensive platform to follow because he has no extra money, he has to put everything on pay-per-view. Now you're sitting back, you're saying, so you're putting me on a pay-per-view, they're telling me I will get twice the money and it won't be on a pay-per-view. And if I'm on ESPN, now that's another thing. ESPN's in millions of homes. What is he does a pay-per-view. I don't think the thing cracks 100,000 sells, right? Lucky if he gets about 90, 100,000. does a heavyweight fight on ESPN, you're getting over 5 million views. Your household name goes up. You sell T-shirts, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just merchandise. To me, he's an absolute fool if he doesn't sign with either Arum or Hearn.
Well, how would that work? Like, is Al Heyman going to still be involved? Even
he could still be his advisor the same way he is with Jacobs. He'd advise him. He'd say, what do you think? Like, say if he gets a fight contract, he calls Al, here's the thing, advisement fees, whatever.
Now,
but see, now here's the problem. I think what it is this is what I've been told. This is what I can tell you what the writers, there's a few people out there, this is what they think it is. We've already talked about on the show. Heyman has deep contracts with these dudes, housing properties, car titles. He is so worked into his fighters' lives, it's very hard just to walk away. So is Heyman putting pressure on him? And all we hearing about is, what he can say, because as we know, nobody says that until after they're gone. And so maybe Heyman's putting a squash on it. I don't know. But to me, financially, you're an imbecile if you stay. You're not going to touch half the money you would make right now if you sign with Heyman. Arum, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, several things here. Like, Steven Espinosa, is he pissed off about this potential move, obviously, or what? If does he have anything to say about this?
He put all that money in, but he has a discretionary budget that's gone. Showtime they have budgets twice a year that they get for boxing. This is what I was told, and of course that's why you always have announcements. They always give you announcements. We have all these fights signed up because they usually have the money together. They do all the fights, and then they wait. I think the second allotment of money from Showtime comes around September, or was it October? I can't remember. It was twice a year. So once he gets that first block, he has no extra money. He can't. The only thing he can do is say, have the platform on Showtime. We'll do the pay-per-view, because then Showtime, remember, when they do a pay-per-view like they just did the Pacquiao one, they get half the pay-per-view money, 50% of whatever it was. So yeah, Showtime walked away with like $12 million.
I was just reading the comments. Steven Schneider said Crawford's wife looks like a water buffalo.
Oh.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes.
Hey, who's that Shelly Finkel character? Because he seems like a real shitbag.
He's been in the game for years. He's been around for years. But I don't know. I haven't heard many nice things about him. I heard he lies. I heard he can tell you one thing and then does something different. And then if you just follow what's going on, it seems like, the fact that I don't like this. And Hearn could be sued for saying certain things. You could sue somebody for libel. And Hearn says it all the time. Listen, when I talk with them, anytime they're ready to do something, it's like, send us now. You have 24 hours. Like they don't want it. It's just, is it yes or no? Like, you know what I mean? With the 50 million thing, without it talking any logistics, it's just ridiculous. It's asinine. And to me, it sounds like he's just bluffing. They don't have any money and they have to say all this shit. Because really, what can they do? The Zone has tons of capital. All right. Eddie Hearn has a ton of capital because of the Zone. Fucking Bob Arum has ESPN with sponsors. Showtime doesn't have sponsors. They have a budget. That's it. They don't sell sponsorship. It's very limited. That's why Al Heyman was right wanting to get it off premium because the money is in regular TV.
Yeah. So Jimmy, what's Shelly Finkel to Dante Wilder? Because he keeps talking about that
business
that
manager.
Hearn, okay, because he keeps talking about how Eddie Hearn is like a slave master and this and that, but he's with this other old white man. I'm not trying to infer that.
No, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah. Exactly.
But why do you got to go along those lines with the race thing if you're already working with the white man?
Well, you heard what he yelled in that interview. That fucking knucklehead. That made me lose all. 200 years, 300 years. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, you fucking charter school dropout. Fuck you talking about. Seriously, stick to knocking people out. You know what the fuck? Plus, on top of that, you don't know what you're talking about at all. I'm sure you don't know crime statistics. You just don't know what you're talking about because you're not forced to know what you're talking about. You're just allowed to spout out ridiculousness, and everybody's supposed to just go, okay, yep, that's right, yep. We're the oppressors.
Fucking LeBron James rolling around with a $10 million watch talking about he's oppressed. Fuck out of here.
Victim culture. We reward it. It's insane. Whoever wants to be a victim, whoever aspires to be a victim.
Well,
Well, go ahead, Jill. Gonzalo.
I just was wondering why did Radio Raheem, because he asked them, clarify what you meant by that, and that's when Dante Wilder went on his tirade, because Radio Raheem wanted him to elaborate why he felt like that, but it was the wrong question to ask that type of guy, that gets all
Emotional.
emotional, yeah, and I believe he's like that, but it's also like he's doing it to sell his character.
And it's just honestly, at the end of the day, it's a lack of intelligence.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm talking
ignorant,
about,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
I'm going to
it's true.
scream. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. So I'm going to yell you down. It's a leftist thing. That's what they do. They just yell you down because you're not going to debate them because they're denouncing science. It's crazy. But
Yeah.
Who's that one pig with the fucking short blonde hair? She's got a shaved head that runs around with and sucks all these rapper dudes' dicks. That blonde. I can't never remember her fucking.
the chubby one with not chubby. She's got a big ass.
Yeah.
I remember. It goes by one name. One of those just one names.
Fucking scumbag. I'm fucking talking about fucking doing slut walks and shit. Meanwhile, you're fucking sucking half of Hollywood off. Like, get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Shepard, the fans is saying Amber Rose.
I'm gonna walk around with my fucking nipples out in G-string, but don't look at me. Don't sexually fucking look at me in a sexual way. Shut up.
Oh,
Hug your
Amber,
father and say you're sorry.
Amber Rose, that's her name. I couldn't think of that broad's fucking name. Somebody said
Amber Rose, yeah.
Fucking goofy broad.
I can never get excited about a Sean Porter fight, to tell you the truth, guys.
It's controlled violence. That's all it is. You just unfortunately same thing. You tell he's a football player, you know what I mean? Goes wrecking crew. I can't believe nobody sidesteps him. Let him go head over tea kettle. Fucking
Exactly, yeah.
Seriously, just bend at the hip. Boom. Exactly. When he charges in, just bend to the side and fucking stick your hip out. He'll go right over. I'd be tripping that boy all night. He come charging me like that. I would.
I mean, Sean Porter, I like his style in a way that he's trying to fight like Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson styles was probably my favorite style of boxing. But he's looking like a D-level version of Tyson because he's mothering his own shots. I mean, I know that the kid is strong, he's short, he has a good chin, so he can allow himself to get that close and do the dirty work, but he's just so sloppy that I bet if he learned how to throw the better shots at mid-range or at close, he would be much more powerful with his shots because he's smothering his own punches.
I can't remember him ever getting hit hard. I can't remember. I was trying to think. Has he ever really been caught clean by somebody yet? I can't remember.
Well, by
Thurman caught him. Thurman caught him flush a couple of times. Sorry, official.
Was he rocked? Well, Thurman's been fucking. He's been a fucking back foot boogeyman ever since Soto touched him.
And another good thing about the Teddy Atlas's podcast is just that he confirmed what I was saying about Sean Porter. About Thurman. That he was commenting his last fight against Lopez, and he was saying that he didn't see the ring rust, but it was all about the mistakes he was already doing before that 2 years pause.
Who did you have winning the Porter Danny Garcia fight? I thought that was a fucking close fight, man.
I haven't seen that fight yet, believe me.
Yeah, that was a decent fight, though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But between Sean Porter and Thurman, I may be one of the rare guys who thought that Sean Porter deserved the victory.
I thought so too.
Because fight was pretty much close. They was winning. One is winning one round, and then the next round the other will take it. But first 3 or 4 rounds, I think that I had Porter winning 3-1 at worst.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking these kids on this prelim here are banging it out pretty good. I'll tell you what.
Who's fighting?
Oh, it's just some young kids on the prelims doing some little eight rounders and shit. I don't know the names, but they're scrapping though, fighting it out.
That always those dudes. You know who always fascinated me as fighters to this day. It fascinates me. The guys who are just total stepping stones and they know it. They don't care. That's who they are, and that's what. But they love boxing so much. They go in and they get these 8 round fights with a record of fucking 7 wins and 21 losses. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like so. It's like you. So I always say to myself, is it because you just can't find anything else to make money doing, or you just love getting beat up? Because I just can't
Yeah.
see why you would still hang in there. But thank
You
God
know
they
what
do,
I
because
believe,
what
Jimmy?
boxing be without them?
You know what I
Yeah.
believe, Jimmy? When I actually know this. Um, a lot of those fighters, they had more potential at one point in time in their career. They just never got managed the right way. Then they started getting thrown in with this guy with a little bit of a better record, and he started taking some close losses. Then eventually he didn't fulfill, like, eventually he stepped up to guys that were just better managed and a little bit better trained. And
Dude,
Gonzalo,
they would let kids in Mexico turn pro at 15, 16 years old. They would come up to fight in the States and they would already have 20 fights by 19. It was like you say, no, I used to say, I wonder how many wicked, like you said, kids who had raw talent that if handled correctly, because as of a whole, as a people, you're not going to find tougher. As far as boxers go, Mexicans, just you don't usually see Mexicans get clipped, knocked out smooth. Very seldom. They just you guys could take shots. So you get that mixed. I'm just wondering how many guys get thrown into the wolves, and that could have been
exactly,
unbelievable.
yeah, I
yeah,
want to add something to Gonzalo's story. It's really true because I have one example from my gym. There was a Moldavian kid that was training, and recently he was training with us for years. And recently, I checked box track profile, and it's saying that he's in boxing anymore, even though he's younger than me. He's in his 20s, but the kid was so is an incredible worker. He's working harder than anyone else in the gym, and plus he's talented. He had his father all the time, every single training session with us, overseeing his work and everything. The guy really boxes good. He has really nice technique. He's disciplined, but didn't have the management, so he had like 5 or 6 losses. And I just saw in his example that you have to be managed, not to be put too early in the tough fights, otherwise it destroys your career. Because in our gym, look, I haven't been to my boxing gym for nearly 2 years, so I don't know what's happening now, but there was lesser boxers who had better boxing records, but he was really good and talented and had much more losses just because of the management.
And they put you in up. They put him in too tough too soon.
Yeah, recently he was fighting for. He was fighting already 2 times for the European titles, and he lost. It's too bad because I thought that I felt that he could do much better, but it is what it is.
The fuck happened to Bucho? Is he mixing up a cocktail or something over there?
yeah. Like in my gym, there's this guy I talked about it before. His name is Jorge Juarez. He tied Canelo when Canelo was, I believe he was 15 or he was 16. And this guy, he just never. I wasn't there, but they say that he actually beat Canelo, but doesn't really say much about Canelo because he was a young kid. I mean, but as far as raw talent, my friend was he was a good fighter, but he ended up being the guy that delivers the water to the gym and stays there. And I mean, he's a coach, but he just kind of is like there and takes tips and cleans up the place. You know, he just
Yeah.
never really fulfilled his potential.
Is he a drinker or a partier?
Not really a heavy drinker or a crazy partier. He's
A lot of
he's
times
right
it's
around
about
my
who you
age
know
now.
too. Some guys
Yeah,
just don't ever get the break.
yeah, yeah. Never, if you don't have a promoter that is he's presenting you as like this charming, good-looking kid, or there's an angle to the way they promote you. Sometimes you're always going to be looked at as just another stepping stone. I mean, you can survive that if you're like a really really good fighter, like for example, Julio Cesar Chavez, when you just start beating bombs and quality fighters at the same time, that you're going to rise above that. But it's not the way that it goes down for every fighter. I mean, even the ones that are decent or end up being really really good, when they first start, they get put into like where they're made to look good. They don't start off just fighting like these world beaters. And some of these guys will catch a few losses and then they're just in tough all the time.
Yeah, I mean, fucking, what was his name? Salvador Sanchez. He had fucking 40 some odd fights, and he was like 22 when he passed away.
Well,
Yeah.
he was unbelievable. I love that kid, man. He won the title at 17, Puerto Rican.
Oh, that was Benitez, I believe.
Benitez. Okay, that's what I was thinking at the time when you said young. Yeah.
Yeah, that was impressive because he went on to beat Asuma Nelson. I believe it was 83. Then when Salvador Sanchez died right after he beat Asuma Nelson, this just tells you how good a fighter is. Asuma Nelson became champion for the next 10 years and he went undefeated.
Hey, I was in Mexico like a few weeks ago, and I was talking to this taxi car cab driver, and then he's like, we're having a debate of what would Salvador Sanchez have been more like had a better career than Julio Chavez.
He was saying
Yeah.
he was saying Chavez had a better
No,
career.
no, no, sorry. If Salvador Sanchez would have had a better career,
Oh, oh, oh.
if he wouldn't have died so young.
Right, you never know, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that was
Yeah.
a debate.
Yeah.
But I mean, you never know, right? It's one of those things hard to tell. You can never tell. It could just take the right shot. I mean, it's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything can change in one shot.
Yeah, but Salvador Sanchez did so much, at the age of 20, before dying at 24, so that that you could
He
make the
was
assumption,
22.
that he maybe would have moved up all the way to like 140 or something.
Well, he was
No.
definitely known before Chavez. Think about it. Chavez wasn't even a. I didn't know like he wasn't a household up here until he was way past his 50th fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
That's crazy.
In the U.S., yeah,
In the U.S., yeah, exactly.
yeah, in Mexico, yeah.
If he would have survived at one point, they could have crossed paths in their professional careers. And maybe to the later part of Salvador Sanchez's career in the beginning of Chavez, because Suma Nelson fought a lot of the fighters that Chavez fought, and he beat them, like convincingly. I kind of wondered, yeah, so they could have crossed paths, Sanchez and Chavez, like in the earlier '80s, but no, '83 he died, and Chavez was boxing around '86. Yeah, they could have fought easily to where like they would have both been still in their prime.
That would
Yeah,
have been crazy to see.
yeah. I kind of wonder, like, also when Jimmy's speaking about that, if or Bucho when if he would have been greater, it's like Chavez. I mean Sanchez. He beat Azuma Nelson convincingly, although they said he only had like 2 weeks to prepare. I believe he would have gone the distance with Chavez because Chavez wasn't like a one punch knockout guy. He was kind of like a guy that would wear you down with underrated defense because he had good waist movement. very patient there, could keep his eyes open and fight in the pocket. But like Sanchez was like, if you brought it to him, he was adaptive, reactive. Like you could be a good fighter landing these combinations, but then Chavez would come. I mean, correction, Sanchez could come right back and beat you to that combination. And he had good leg movement,
Yeah,
good footwork.
I just watched fucking Chavez and Edwin Rosario a couple of days ago,
Mm.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cause it's
Well,
like when I see that Sanchez fight with the Puerto Rican guy, you could tell that sometimes fighters they both come to win. And when they both come to win, the guy that's like, even with the Nelson fight, Asuma Nelson came to win. But when you can outshine the guy that came with his best A game, which that fighter is really a legendary, he's a good fighter, but then he comes with his A game and you bring your A game too. Oh man, those fights are crazy.
Yeah, well, Fredo Gomez, Gonzalo, and that dude. When Sanchez fought him, he was like fucking 34-0 with 33
mm.
knockouts or some crazy shit.
Well, he's
Yeah.
the best Puerto Rican fighter of all time.
Yeah, yeah,
He is
exactly.
considered the best. Yeah.
Oh, and he was great. He was great. He after that fight, he had some really good wins. Yeah,
Yeah, he beat a bunch of Mexican. Who did he beat?
Bazooka
Sarat?
Limon,
Yeah.
Pintor? No.
Zarate. I think Zarate as well.
Zarate. Yeah,
Zarte,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah,
he was a great boxer, but he couldn't beat Salvador Sanchez, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's
yeah,
probably for Puerto Rican. It's probably be him and Tito
Tito, yeah.
and Benitez. I would think. Yeah.
Yeah, Benitez, yeah, it's up there, top three, yeah. By the way, in the chat, Campos Vasquez says Laporte fought Sanchez and Chavez. I think he also fought Asuma Nelson.
yeah. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
He's right about that. That's a common opponent. I think there's other common opponents like Rocky Lodridge and a few others. That they Who else is this guy? I can't remember. Yeah, but yeah, I would have to look it up in BoxRec. But they share common opponents. Those guys. You know.
They both might have fought Lupe Pintor too. Maybe I don't know.
All those guys were really good.
Yeah, they were.
I yet have to see. I yet have to see the Danny Red Lopez fight. I think I've only watched that like
oh yeah.
highlights or a long, long time ago. I don't remember. Yeah, but he was a really good guy. He was like a Canelo. Danny Red Lopez. He was a
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
a
yeah,
Mexican, but
exactly.
this guy was a Chicano from California. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what is this guy Latino or what? Because like he didn't look like one.
Yeah.
Danny
He's
Lopez.
Canelo's great grandpa.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody asked who would win between Pacquiao and Chavez in the chat. That'd be a hell of a fight, bro. I'll tell you what.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that would be a great fight, man.
Kind of depends
Ah.
on the weight class too, I think. But
Well, let's say 135, I guess. Chavez above 140 wasn't anything. I mean,
yeah,
he was never a welterweight.
well
I don't
that's
think Pacquiao
yeah.
would have knocked him out because Chavez had a really good chin.
Yeah,
And he was more.
he wasn't gonna
Yeah.
knock out Chavez, man. Come on, man. Maybe beat him
No.
up, bust him up, but then again, come on, man. Chavez.
He was gonna beat him up, but Pacquiao would get caught too with big shots because that's the thing about Chavez. He had the uncanny ability to fight like calm in the pocket. He would stay calm, and even if he, that's why I think that'd be a good fight if you say who would win between Lomachenko and Chavez, because like he would remain calm, although Pacquiao would dart in and out, so that would be a really tough fight for Chavez. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah. I
But
think
if he,
that.
yeah, but if he caught you, like, if you were in the pocket and you were like beating him up, if you land your three shots, kind of like with Taylor, he would land his, and his
Yeah,
shot was gonna be hard too.
yeah. He
Yeah,
punishes you.
yeah. That's
What the fuck is that sound?
Sorry.
some.
Go
That
ahead,
was
go
me.
ahead,
Yeah,
Johnny boy.
Oh no. BDA just said I'm a huge Chavez fan, but that's a bad matchup for him
Yeah.
stylistically. That's what BDA just said in the chat. I agree, bro. Just because Pacquiao was really agile and he was a lefty with fast hands, and I think he'd probably get him on points, but it would be a war.
Exactly, Johnny. That's exactly what I wanted to say. And me too. I'm a huge Chavez fan. I have a tattoo of Chavez on my shoulder, but
Oh wow.
I really like the guy. But Pacquiao is a terrible stylistic matchup for him. I mean,
Yeah.
he could cut him to the body and hurt him, but stylistically, I I would really favor Pacquiao to win on points.
Yeah, and one like Bucho said too. And Taylor was, but
The
I
fuck
mean
is that sound, Johnny boy?
that's not
There's like
me.
a, yeah, there's like a.
That's Pacquiao's hero. That's his boxing hero, Chavez.
Yeah, Gonzalo. It's interesting because in the media, when they asked Pacquiao who's his favorite fighter, he was saying that it was De La Hoya, but it was also by the time that he was
Wah.
supposed to sign to Golden Boy. But then I remember clearly when he was in the preparation for the third Bradley fight, like they put on the whole training sessions. On YouTube when he was preparing for that fight, and somebody who was there with him and Roach while they were doing the meets asked him, so who was your favorite fighter? And Pacquiao said, oh, it was Chavez. I have in my home the DVD with all of his fights, his career set.
Yeah, I ran into a few knowledgeable boxing Filipino fans, and they brought up Chavez to me before I brought it up to them. I goes, yeah, of course, Julio Cesar Chavez. He goes, yeah, that's a lot of those guys' favorite fighter too, even
But
before Pacquiao.
did you ask Pacquiao as well, you in person, who was his favorite fighter?
No, I didn't. I didn't because when I saw him, I kind of there could have been a lot of things that I could have asked him, but I just kind of I forgot at the time, or I didn't want to like I didn't want to like bother him too much like that. Not that
It,
Yeah.
because I just remained quiet, and he just started talking to me. He
it,
started talking to me in Spanish, and he's like joking around. But I didn't want to bombard him with all these questions and sound scripted because I was probably gonna bore him. I just
Yeah.
kind of
yeah, I
By the
got to.
way,
Oh,
I
sorry.
just want to introduce Recognize the Matrix. Yo, what's up, man?
What's going
Reckon.
on, people?
What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the show, man.
Hey,
what's
recognize.
Hi.
up,
What's up?
What up, bro?
I like the talk of
recognize.
Chavez and
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao and Salvador Sanchez, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I saw him
Um,
in. Of course, Zapata's gonna be like it's lying, like it's his incredible thing that I'm talking about. No, but it's true. When I mean, I went to the Auditorio de Tijuana, Fausto Reyes, and I saw, remember Genaro Leon, Bucho, this Mexican guy that used to come out with Indian feathers and this and that, kind of like
Yeah,
Gringo Chapo,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Genaro Leon. So I went to one of his fights, and Chavez was there, and all the I remember is me and my dad, and all the fans started approaching Chavez for an autograph, and he was there sitting drinking a beer. I mean, they're just like nonstop. At the time, he was like really really popular, and he got frustrated and went on a little like um he flared up his arms and he's like, "Can I just sit here and drink a beer?" He just got really crazy. I remember that, but nobody, but no, yeah, he went on this little rant, and I saw him. He was pissed, but it's like nobody really thought bad of it because I mean he was just that famous that he was just trying to catch a breather and watch the fight. Because that guy Genaro Leon was from his well, I think he was from his hometown Sonora because he's actually born in Sonora, but he grew up in Culiacan. But he was there
Yeah.
at the fight. He would always be down in TJ, and also just really fast. Yeah, but Zapata's gonna probably say that I'm lying for some crazy reason,
Why
but I
would
don't care.
Zapata say that, man?
I don't know. He
Zapata
says
just
I'm
like
a pathological
Zapata's
liar.
Zapata's
Yeah,
just messing with you, man.
my brother was living with my cousin in this colonia named La Chapultepec in Tijuana. It's like the rich area, and Chavez was his neighbor. He had a house right in front of where my brother and my cousin were living. And this was just like about 3 years, no, about 5 years ago. And he would every day in the morning he would get on his treadmill with his garage door open and just run right there. My brother said I would see him every day, but in the neighbors, but they wouldn't just like bother him. Just they just let him be. My brother actually ran into him a few times. He would always tell me the stories. But yeah, that's Chavez for. He spends a lot of time in TJ. He owns a house there.
Yeah, why not? There was a boxer from Mexico that I just don't remember his first name, but it was Oroyo. He used to fight in the lower weight class. I liked his style, man. I just can't remember his first name.
Arroyo.
El Pollo Valenzuela.
¿Cómo? What is it?
El Pollo Valenzuela.
El Pollo No.
Hey, Gonzalo, you remember El Pollo?
El Pollo Valenzuela. There's this El Pollito Lopez that used to train in where I used to train.
Hey, BDA, you're in the chat. Who was Pollo Valenzuela? Remember, who did he fight? All right.
I remember that name.
Narciso Valenzuela is the guy. Narciso Valenzuela is the guy that knocked down De La Hoya the first time. He was one of the guys that used to teach me when I was a teenager. Narciso Valenzuela. But anyways, yeah, there's a lot of fighters on the team. It's like a cradle of boxing, just like maybe LA now.
I wanted to talk a little bit,
spots.
If you don't mind. I wanted to talk a little bit about what you guys were saying about Salvador Sanchez having a better resume than Chavez. I will say this: that look, I think Chavez. Obviously, we could see, he's still alive and he had a full career. In that short time for Salvador, man, he fought a lot of good fighters, bro.
He
a
did.
lot of good fighters for a short time. I wouldn't say that he had a better career because one guy's more, one guy's just more complete. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously Salvador died when he was real young. So, but it was a great, like, that short little. I think he turned pro at 16, and his last fight he was 23. That 7-year career was, it was unreal. It was a very good career.
Yeah. Kind of goes to show how, you don't have to wait till you're like nowadays 28, 29 to fight, the best fighters.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, Charlo's 28, something. Crawford is 30. I mean, fuck. Come on.
He's 31, Bucho. Fucking
31.
Yeah, he fucking, dude. That's what kills me. Oh, he's young. Let him develop. Like, bro, look at all the dudes down.
How young is 28? Come on, man.
Kitterman is 30. And I saw an interview where Kitterman is kind of like reflecting on his career, and he's like disappointed. He's like, yeah, well, maybe my 20s didn't go the way I wanted them to go, but now, I'm back and blah 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 blah. But like, the fact that he knows that he wasted his fucking 20s.
Why is Shlomo Bergen-Steinowitz saying that I sound like Lennox Lewis? Do I sound like Lennox Lewis?
It's over. Say that.
It's over. Jim. It's over.
This guy sucked on HBO, man. Seriously, he sucked. I don't know why.
Well, he was always high too.
The PBC. You think so, man?
By the way, I was on my phone. I was on my phone, and Robert Garcia came on Facebook Live, because I follow him, and I was able to get him with a few questions. There wasn't that many people online. Yeah.
Look at the state of his face, Larry. Look at the state of his face.
I have the Klitschko's for breakfast or something. Remember that?
Bring on his brother. Yeah. Bring on his brother too. I'll eat his brother for lunch.
And then Larry Merchant goes like, "That was a hard meal to digest, Leonard."
Yeah. The line, my favorite. Everybody
Go ahead.
Everybody remembers when he told Floyd, "If I was 50 years younger, I'd kick your ass." But the line that got Floyd pissed off was like, I forget how Larry Merchant said it. He was like, "Yeah, he threw some headbutts at you, and then you fucking poked him or something like that."
Oh.
Hey, gentlemen, I just wanted to say I got to check out. I got to head out with the girl right now. So I just wanted to say good night to everybody. And
peace, Jimmy.
Hope to be talking to you guys again real soon, all right? Everybody be safe.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Hey, did you guys see that Joe Rogan? He had Lennox Lewis on his show.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
I didn't
Cool
see it.
show.
I
Yo,
heard
Lennox,
about it.
he feels like an asshole, man. He's making so many excuses about everything. Like losing to Rahman, he made all these excuses.
Hey, you noticed that
Uh-huh.
too,
Uh,
right? Yeah.
yeah, that Vitaly Klitschko fight, also tons of excuses. I took that fight on a 2 weeks notice or some shit like that. But then again, Vitaly Klitschko also took that fight on a 2 weeks notice or some shit. So fuck off. It's you know
My
even
f-
playing field.
my fucking pops hated Lennox, bro. He could not. He can't stand him fucking fighting. He couldn't stand him commentating. My old man fucking cannot stay. I don't have too big of a problem with him, but my old man fucking hates him.
Well, I knew a teacher of like a professor who hated Lennox Lewis because he betrayed Canada. Basically, he won a no, it's true. He wins a gold medal for Canada and then bounces to England and claims he's
Well,
British.
listen. I don't want to. I know you're Canadian. You should be proud and everything, but I don't blame him.
They recognize.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what's
I'm just kidding.
crazy?
Go ahead.
You know what's crazy? And I have no reason to uh to lie about this. Why would I have a reason to lie about it? Just happened. When I watched that fight live, I was in the military. I believe it was 2001, if I'm not mistaken. And I was watching it with the
Which
few of the
fight?
army guys.
Which fight?
I'm sorry, the Lennox Lewis Raham
Which
fight.
Yeah, it was
The
2001, or yeah, I think you're right. I think it was
And I was
2001.
watching it. I can't recall right now what round it was. I believe it was round five. Maybe I'm mistaken. But at the time, I remember watching that fight, and seconds before, I shit you not, I kid you not, seconds before the knockout, I said to the guys that were right next to me, this guy's gonna get knocked out. And as soon as I said that, the fucking guy got knocked out, man, Lennox Lewis. And
Because
every
he
time those
looked
army
funny.
guys, yeah, those army guys remembered that, and they're like, holy shit. Gonzalo called out the knockout, and it was like I didn't know what to think about it, but it did happen like that. It was weird. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think Lennox would have beat a young Tyson, bro?
No, no,
No.
fuck off.
No,
No,
no.
no, this is bullshit. And that's another thing I hated about that Joe Rogan interview thing. Lennox Lewis was talking about talking like he beat a fucking prime Tyson. Get the fuck out of here, man.
But you see, he's lying because he said it. He said it. I can remember the build-up for Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. Lennox Lewis on several interviews said, "Look, man, I'm not fighting the old Mike Tyson. It is what it is. I'm saying that I'll beat this Mike Tyson." He actually said it. So that's like saying, look, I don't think Mike Tyson from back in the days is the same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I remember watching the press conference when I was like 11. That was the fucking put your mother in a straitjacket, you punk ass white boy. I'll fuck you in you.
Growing his balls and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Tyson was a lunatic, bro. He was definitely a lunatic.
He
I
sounded
was
like
like,
he wanted to cry when he was saying that shit, man.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
No,
John,
you can tell he was fucked up in the head, man. He was real
Johnny,
pissed.
when he said that, I'll
When he said,
fuck
"I'll
you in the
fuck you
ass.
like a faggot," you could hear him
Yeah,
cry,
it's
like
like
cry. Yeah.
it happened to him before.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Well,
like
well, hey, well, yeah, well, he did. What he was abused as a kid, right? Like child.
yeah. He was abused as I think sexually molested, bro.
Yeah, he said it.
Well,
And I'm not laughing at. Listen,
No, no,
nobody.
no.
That's
I
fucked up,
would never
no.
laugh at somebody
yeah.
who actually went through some shit like that. What I'm saying is that the behavior. It's look, man. There's a common thing with guys who like sexually molested when they were younger, and they sexually molest people when they get older. You know what I'm saying? And just the way he said it, like, "I'll fuck you in the ass, white boy, till you love me." Like, who comes up with
Yeah,
some
yeah.
shit
Who
like
says
that?
that? Yeah, that's too
Me.
specific, too
No,
graphic. Yeah.
and I remember there was some people. There was some people like, "Yo, that was gangster." That was. I was to
Ah,
me.
get out.
To me,
Fuck
I was
that.
like, "That's gay, bro." Like, I would never. I'll tell a man, like, I'll beat you down
Yeah,
till
fuck
your
you up.
wife
Yeah.
loves me. Like, maybe I'll beat you down till
Now
your
till
wife
you
loves me.
love me,
But like
like, oh, hold
you,
on.
no, I don't want you to love me.
You know what's weird about Mike Tyson? That the fact that he did all these things that are like really bad, and you could call them cringeworthy, or I don't know, but well, at least to me, I kind of don't remember that. He was like the guy that even though he was like that, he was like in a way just I just considered him. I don't know what to say about him. It's just I don't hate the guy. That's what I'm trying to say, and I believe many people feel like that too. You know.
Well, how about this one, bro? Lennox and young Larry Holmes, young Larry, '70s Larry Holmes.
I think Larry
I
Holmes would
think
have beat
Larry
him.
Holmes.
The
Yeah,
jab.
I think he
That,
would have beat him. And not only that, he had a stronger chin.
Yeah,
He was just like well grounded, right? Like he had a nice stance, and I just think that his fucking like his
Fundamentals.
his fundamentals were better. They were just better, bro.
and he was
Yeah.
fucking quick too. Larry Holmes, he was fast, bro. He had
Hmm.
fast hands,
Yeah,
dog.
he was
Yeah.
careful on it.
He was very what technically sound. I bet Mickey Garcia and Dimitri Bivol watch a lot of his fights because he was very technically sound.
Yeah, that's a good guy to watch to be like to pick up on certain things.
Yeah,
That's what I used to do, bro. That's what I used to do, man. I used to watch these guys, like certain things that I thought that were good, man. Like my videotapes before they fucking went missing. Uh,
yeah.
I still got a missing report on my tapes, guys. Just so you
Sounds
know.
yeah, sounds painful, man.
Well, and Lennox wouldn't knock Larry Holmes out. I mean, bro, if you're taking a fucking flush one from Ernie Shavers and getting up, you're not Lennox ain't getting you out of there, dog. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Didn't
well,
Butterbeam also hit him like when he was like into his
he
40s,
lost.
mid 40s?
Yeah, he lost to like a
Eh,
50-something-year-old Larry Holmes.
I'm reading the chat, and Shlomo's right. That guy, Shlomo Bergensteinowitz.
Hey, that just
God,
scares me. That just sounds crazy, man.
yeah,
The slow mo
that's got
guy.
a yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
love
got a
slow mo. Slow mo rules.
yeah. I like, but anyway, he's right though. He said that Lennox turned down a reported $20 million for a rematch with Vitali. He did.
Yeah, he
I
did.
Did
remember
He
turn
that.
it down.
wanted.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'll fight him for 100 million. Like, get out of here! No one's gonna offer you $100 million,
Oh
man.
yeah, Lennox Lewis, you're an old fart, bro. Nobody's gonna pay you that money.
But by the way, we have Kiwi Boxing, big boys boxing on the line. What's up, man?
What's up, Kiwi?
Not much, man. Yeah, just waiting for this card to start.
Dude, you
Yeah.
live
Got a
in New
couple of
Zealand.
Did the
couple of
zone have
cards.
something tonight? The
Yeah, I
zone have
reckon.
something tonight?
Yeah, Bivol to
That's right.
recognize
Bivol against
Joe Smith.
Joe Smith. My boy Joe Smith. He's from Strong Island.
Strong.
Strong Island.
Yeah, that's Long Island. We call it. Yeah, man. I like his story, man. He's like, just
My,
a regular working man boxing and
Yeah.
shit.
my
Yeah.
dad,
Blue
bro.
collar.
I remember when that Bernard Hopkins was coming up that fight with Joe Smith, and even my dad, because my dad was in the Teamsters for 40 years, bro. So he was like, "Well, shit. Even if he wasn't fighting Bernard, I'd be rooting for this fucking kid."
Yeah.
Dude, like
But he,
where I live at, like there's like most of the people where I live at are like they're in the Iron Workers Union. They're like that in that field, firemen and all that stuff. Yo, they were hyped when he won that fight.
Oh yeah, I bet. Bro.
Yeah, they were super happy, man.
I remember I was watching that press conference and Bernard Hopkins kept on telling Joe Joe Smith that I'm special and you're not. You're common and shit and doing. It made me happy to see Bernard get blasted out of the ring.
but you see, I mean, the younger Bernard would piece apart Joe, and but it reminds me of Pacquiao because I mean, okay, he was probably undertrained for horn fight, and he still win it in my book. Clearly won it. But you see that Pacquiao now has problems with the very physical guys that he would kill in his prime. So that's similar to Joe Smith Hopkins fight, where he was fighting against a guy who he was supposed to
He was 51
throw
years
in.
old.
Yeah, like listen, man. Look,
Come on.
I put it in perspective. Bernard Hopkins was a fucking a senior citizen by then already.
Yeah.
He shouldn't
Yeah.
be. He shouldn't be
Doesn't matter
fighting.
how good you were. I mean, you're
Yeah,
50 fucking
yeah.
one or some shit.
He
Come on.
just he's one of those old dudes that needed. Look, man. I hate. This is one thing I hate. Even though I'm an older guy, I stick up for my older people. But don't try to act like don't try to act like you could fight with these young lions. Like
Yeah, remember,
they'll fuck
Yeah.
you up, bro.
recognize. Remember that those guys we had from some fucking LDBC show that were, and then there was this guy who was like, I'm 55 or some shit like that, and
Yeah,
then you
you
were
get
like,
knocked out.
and you were like, yeah, this is a young guy's, sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you can't,
I told him too. I said, yeah, you an old man. Sounds like you old. Like you get hurt. These young
Look,
boys,
I'm a
these young
so
boys,
big.
these young boys will put you to sleep. You get out of line.
Yeah,
They will.
that was the one who said that was the one who brought up Jack Johnson. Said, "Yeah, I boxed at this gym in Patterson. I job
Yeah.
boxed at
You
this gym in."
know, one of those guys had beef with. He said that he had beef with Low Place. I mean, I don't mean to bring him up, but I'm like, look. But I'm saying to myself, look, man. Look, I've seen Low Place spar. I'm not saying he's a great sparrer, but I'm just looking at
You were
this
impressed with love.
I'm not saying. Listen, you look at Low Place. Look at Low Place. He's a tall dude, young. He'll probably lace this old 55-year-old up, man. If he ever got too crazy, they decided to do a YouTube boxing match. Come on, man. Low Place. I got my money on Low Place to outbox this dude's head off.
I had to check.
I don't care how many fights he had.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
I fucking checked Low Place the other day. I seen him in Montero's live stream, bro. I was like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about me for? Like, keep your mouth shut, motherfucker.
Yeah, no. Again, like I'm not sticking up for anything that Low Place like says or whatever. That's on him. But like I just remember that old head from that channel that you talking about. Yeah, I'm 52. I'm 55. I don't like Low Place. I don't like Low Place or whatever. I'm like, all right. I mean, so what? Low Place is young. He'll probably box your head off.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, a lot of times where you have to I refer to them as con artists. A lot of times
They are con artists.
where you have to like put things out there for other people to know about you, to kind of like so they can get an idea where you come from and what you're about. It's like, I mean, you could have experience in boxing. You could have been a boxer and all this, but that doesn't still make you, like, when it comes to now, objective. You got to keep everybody has to keep their eyes open to what's happening in boxing, because just because you have experience doesn't mean that you know everything. It's the same thing for everybody else. Everybody in life, we wake up and things change. We can't just believe our past dictates what we are today, and that's the problem. I'm tired of, like, I'm living my life. I want to see things how they are now. I judge for myself. I don't judge from what other people tell me.
Well, yeah, he was overcompensating. You remember, look, guys, I'm a successful businessman. I do this YouTube.
What kind of business? What are you talking about? I don't know. It's all bullshit. I can come up with bullshit as well.
I'll tell you what, man. Speaking of the laborers and all that shit, when I started working when I was like 16, bro, I used to stack Simon's forms and shit, bro. You want to fucking get in some shape, dog? You start throwing around some fucking Simon's forms all day, bro. You're gonna get big, bro.
Oh yeah, me too. Until I got my working permit, it was a couple of years ago. But I spent like a couple of years working on construction sites, and so I was going to construction sites. Afterwards, I was going to training, everything.
Concrete forms, official.
Well, I mean everything. Some days you would, because here in France, especially in France and other European countries, the Serbians are known for doing any kind of construction works. So I was working with a lot of Serbians, doing everything.
They're great workers, man.
Yeah,
Serbians are great workers, man. I like I have my own business, so I hired like a couple of guys to
You're a
we were.
successful businessman too.
I mean, it's not bad. I'm doing
And
pretty
you
good.
also need to say it like these fuckers who are fucking talking shit.
Right. No, I mean, but look, like I hired these Serbian guys, what I hired them to do was to build uh, uh, elevator a elevator shaft, right? To just put the shit together and everything. These guys put the shit together like it was no problem, man. It was unbelievable. But look, I
Hey,
can't
Jug,
blame.
but
I paid them. But they're expensive dudes. They need to be working for guy like big companies that could pay top dollars. They cost me an arm and a leg. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit,
Yeah,
this
like
is too much work.
contractors and
Yeah,
shit.
no, these were not no these like these were guys that knew their shit. I mean, I just showed them. They said they never built the elevator. They said, "Can I see the instructions and whatever?" I said, "Go ahead." They're like, "Yeah, I'll have it built for you like in a week." I was like, "A week?" He said, "Yeah." They looked at me. I said, "Okay." I said, "Okay," and they did. They built that shit in a week, less than a week.
I sparred the Serbian cat one time, man. I got fucking lit the fuck up, and I hit him with a lot of shit, dog, and he didn't fucking move, bro. I was like, this is a tough motherfucker right here.
Yeah, man.
I did a Serbian girl. She was fucking hot.
Me too.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I had a Russian before, so. Like I said, that was the one with Jimmy's accent, the Boston accent.
hey guys, we've got Ifa Jugbar versus Amir Mansour's on now. I just saw Amir Mansour get put down, and it's between rounds.
Oh, well, isn't he like 46?
Yeah, man, that was what I was going to butt in and say. This is one of those old dogs against a new lion. So
He had a good fight against Kaufman, no?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it was, but he got blitzed by what's his name, Philip Hergovic, his last fight. So it's kind of do or
Well,
die
I
for Mansour on this one.
Damn.
I read that he's only a jogbug. He's only 24, and they're gonna take him up slowly. So he's got a while before
Yeah,
he
it's
starts
kind of
taking real fights.
Who was this?
typically is if
Yeah.
Jugbar,
The
Oh,
African.
okay. Okay.
Nigerian.
yeah, 6'6", hits hard. Haven't seen any defense from him yet. He hasn't had to have any.
That's the thing.
Oh, what
Well,
the fuck?
they're gonna take him slowly. What does that mean? Like he's gonna be fighting Bone for how long?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I think Amir Mansour's the kind of step up from who he's been fighting, though. He is an old dog and he's probably nearly done, but he's still come to fight.
Yo, do you
Unlike
think? You think?
unlike that Curtis Harper guy who just walked out of the ring on him.
What I was
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Sorry, Kiwi. I didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy.
Oh, good man.
Um, does anybody else think Lipin Yates is gonna beat the shit out of Lamont Peterson, or is that just me?
I
Um,
think he is.
I don't know.
I wish I could have seen that fight before the Mikey fight because that would give me a good gauge on how good, believe it or not, how good Spence is. Because
Yeah,
I just don't think I've seen enough of Spence
because
to actually give a good assessment of him. Because you know how Spence went 5 rounds with Peterson. I just want to see how good he does against Lipinets, but that's after the fact.
because
I
I think
mean,
that's actually a halfway decent fight there, Lipinets and Peterson. But I don't know.
that is a
I,
decent fight. It
I
is.
mean, you guys think Lipinets is not? I mean, correction. Lamont Peterson is not really a welterweight, is he? He's a blown up welterweight.
He's a 140 pounder.
But
Yeah.
he looks like a welterweight now. Like
True.
I'm just
he
saying
just
it.
doesn't
Yeah,
punch as hard as a welterweight.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys think, but to me he looks like a welterweight.
because I'm just thinking like if Lamont Peterson was able to go 5 rounds with Mikey, I'm sure Mikey would be able, to at least go five.
Yeah.
Because if Peterson doesn't punch hard, you know that Spence was in there trying to walk him down.
Here's
No
a here's a
respect for him.
Gonzalo, let me ask you this. How good do you think Spence is? Now think about it like this. At 140, Matisse knocked out Lamar Peterson 3 rounds.
Exactly.
And it took
Yeah.
then that was years ago. You gotta ask yourself how much better do you think or how much he's regrets from that time to now against Spence. And that should give you more or less, somewhat of where Spence is at.
And
Say that
Peterson was
again. Lamont Peterson knocked out who? Or
No, 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 no. Lamar Peterson got knocked out by
yeah,
Matisse
Matisse
knocked him out in like what, 3 rounds?
in three
yeah,
rounds.
Okay.
He blew him out. Remember that shit? He blew
I,
Lamar Peterson out.
Which
I
was a
remember that.
lightweight too. Which was a lightweight too, but a really hard punching lightweight, right?
Matisse, but I think he started at 135, but he shined at 140.
Yeah,
That's where he shined.
that fight was at 140.
Right, 140. And some people would say, and Lamar Peterson has said that he was weight drained, which could be some truth to
Oh,
it. But
bullshit.
I agree with you. I'm totally with you. I remember people saying he was gonna beat the shit out of Matisse, and Matisse went in
He
there
got
and
hit
beat
on
the
the
shit out of him.
temple and shit, man. He got hit. I mean, no excuses. He got
Dude,
hit flush, man.
he blitzed him. He blitzed his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. This one, I don't. Fuck, I didn't even know there was an excuse for that fight. Fuck that shit, man.
Well, I mean, he tried to. Like, I didn't feel all that great going into the fight. Well, I mean, everybody always doesn't feel too great going into a fight.
I
Yeah.
asked Robert Garcia on Facebook Live on the chat. I asked him what weight is Mikey gonna come in, and he said 146 or 147.
No
He
shit.
was he was in his house and he just turned on the live Facebook and he said, "Oh, I haven't been on like for 4 months." And I go, "Hey, what's up, Robert? Remember
Dude,
when I met you
I'm
down in
not trying
TG
to.
at the border and the bus stop?" And he was like, "Yeah, I remember." I go,
Oh, he remember you?
yeah, because I met him I yelled from far away. I yelled, Mikey! And he was at the San Isidro, Tijuana border. He was coming like from there's this big mall called Plaza de las Americas. He was coming from that direction with his wife because she had a bunch of bags in her hand. And I can't remember, but me and my mom stopped there because I had to make a payment. And then I yelled like from
Look
across
at
the
it.
street. I yelled like from like really far away because I had my boxing brain going like working because he was just like this guy from far away and I just zoned on into his face and I recognized him. But for some reason I didn't yell Robert, I yelled Mikey. And then he just
Uh,
like he's looking all around like what's going on. And then I approached him because he was actually taking the bus. He stopped at the corner. You
ah,
know, he was with his wife. So you probably can tell that him being a boxing coach. I mean, he's legendary. He's been a trainer of the year, but not everybody just like casuals will like recognize him. But I did, and then we go, oh, yeah. My friend Hector Velasquez, I told him he was my neighbor. He's sparring Salido right now because Salido was getting ready to fight Mickey Garcia, and I guess that's why he was at the border, because
Let me ask you a
so
question, Gonzalo.
yeah.
So, why were you making payments at the border? What kind of
No,
payments were you making?
no, I was making a payment there in San Isidro on the American side. I saw him in the American side.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, across
Now
my
I'm messing
bank.
with you, Gonzalo. I'm messing with
And then I yelled Robert. Then he came up to the bus stop and then we shook hands and I go yeah. So he told me also you're with the other guys because Mikey was getting ready to fight. I believe Salido at the time. So yeah, and then
it's
my brother the next day I have a twin brother. The funny thing is, the crazy thing, I have no reason to lie. This is just
you. I
this is
like the way
just
you say that. I have no reason to
these are
lie.
just fucking these are just fucking stories. My brother the next day my twin brother ran into him in Tijuana. And he goes, "Hey, remember you saw my brother at the in San Isidro?" And he goes, "Yeah, I remember." Then yesterday, 2 days ago, I got on the Facebook Live and go, "Hey, Robert, remember when I saw you at the border and we started chopping it up at the bus stop just like that?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I remember." And so I asked him, "Hey, so what weight is Mikey coming
So,
in?" He goes, 146,
somewhere,
147.
somewhere in
Yeah,
San Diego, California, is a part of saying bullshit.
I know that's weird. Yeah, nah, man.
No, I'm messing with you, man.
I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna. I'm not even gonna be able to see that Spence Mikey fight. Like I say, I'm gonna be out of town. It's my grandma's 90th birthday, bro. So we're having a party and shit.
I think a lot of the what we hear, a lot of people just assume, and I'm not saying they're wrong, that Mikey's gonna get blown out. It's because of the size difference. If this was another 135, or I mean, he did snack, he got bigger. If this was another, let's say, 140 pounder, let's give Mike that benefit of the doubt that he's filled into a let's say 140 pounder. If this was another 145 pounder with slightly bigger dimensions, they wouldn't be saying, "Oh, Spence is gonna blow him out like that easily." Even though Mikey's got, he's undefeated and he's got this great resume. If Mikey looked more so along the lines of Robert Easter, what's a good comparison?
I hope Mikey.
Not
I
so
hope Mikey's
short.
juicing. I hope he's juicing. To be honest with you,
But he probably is because I remember the last show. Somebody in the comments was saying that
he looks big.
the guy in the comments said he saw from the video on YouTube when Mikey took off his T-shirt. He saw the needle marks.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know
Maybe
who
it
does
was
videos
Fighting
about
Scout
that?
who.
Yeah.
Fight Scout, I think.
Dude, Fight Scout. Oh, he's probably in the chat. Yes, he is. Is he? Yeah, yeah, yeah. There he is. Fight Scout does wonderful videos, like pointing these little mosquito bite marks
Yeah.
on your stomach. Makes sense, man. That makes perfect sense. Like I never did roids, regardless of what anybody says about me. I've never done them, but I heard I heard that's like a little sign, like when you inject, and it should be obvious, right? You inject something into your body several times, you're going to start getting those little uh, bump marks where you can see them. And so, yeah, he does wonderful videos on that. He's done a few videos. He did one, uh, uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
he did one on
Hey,
him, bro. And
yeah. Cachnello says I sound like a dude when I talk about Mikey Garcia. Well, he is my son. Yeah. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, how the saying goes.
God
I,
But
damn, man. I'm just watching like five kids beating the shit out of one guy, man. Everything gets caught on video now. Oh man, they're beating the fuck out of this guy. God, these little animals, they have no mercy. Shit. It was just dogging them out. All caught on video.
But you know what's
like,
funny, I recognize, because I'm always, when I'm on the street, for example, I'm always a nice guy, always have a huge smile all over my face. And
That's great.
but there's a problem to it because I saw it clearly many times when I'm like that. Uh, if you have some idiots around you, some jerks on the street, they'll try to provoke you because they are not seeing a threat in you. You don't seem as a threatening guy. That could be dangerous to them if they
No,
try
that's why I
to
say that's
do
why I say
what.
it's great. That's why I say that it's good, official, because that's the way to do it. Because when you violence is very effective when it's a surprise attack, right? Like if
Yeah,
somebody sees you smiling and if they see you angry, they kind of expect that already from you. But if you're like,
yeah,
if you're kind of like smiling, happy, and then you attack them, boom, 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 you just start beating the shit out of
yeah.
them. It's a shocker. It's like a shock to them first.
It's true, but what I wanted to say is the clear difference afterwards when I'm pissed off because of those kind of things, and I'm walking down the street like really mad, and I'm thinking to myself, saying to myself, "Man, I really hope someone
Trust me.
yeah, test me exactly." And when I'm thinking like that, nobody's trying to do it
Nobody.
because I think everybody sees the people feel that they either see on your face or whatever. Uh, they must be seeing something on the outside.
Well, let me
Like,
ask you something official. Are you a big dude? Are you like
uh,
hardcore?
no, I mean, I'm a pretty stocky dude, but I'm
Big dude.
5'9", so I
Yeah, but
really,
you see that intimidates like bullies. Bullies see big dudes,
yeah,
they go the other way. They're like, nah,
yeah,
fuck that. And you see, let me tell you something. When a guy comes up to you and you're a pretty big guy, it's either for two reasons. He's got something on him, he's got a lot of people with him, right? Or there's three reasons. Or he knows how to really fight.
yeah.
That's it. Those are the three. So I already know if somebody comes up to me, I already know off the bat, like, okay, this boy knows how to fight, or he's packing something, or he's got a lot of people with him.
Canelo in the chat says recognizes a thug.
Oh yeah, and I'm a gentleman too, but I am a thug.
Like Styles P.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't have no mercy for people once they come up to me. That's it. I'm trying to get out of there as fast and as much damage on that person as possible.
Yeah.
So I have no mercy. I don't care about his mother. I don't care about his family situation. I don't care about who he has to feed. I'm trying to hurt him bad.
Exactly. Just the right way of thinking, and I'm not joking about it. I really mean it because, man, when people get you mad, I
Yeah, I
know.
mean, if you're minding your business, there should be no reason why anybody's coming up to you.
Yeah,
That's the way I
because
see it.
sometimes they mistake your kindness for weakness,
Yeah.
and that's why. Because it's not only about me, but I'm seeing that people are doing that to the other guys, and I hate it. And same way I hate
I hate
people,
abusive people.
the others, the others for no reason. It's same way when it comes to me. So uh, uh, I really enjoy hurting them. So.
Do you remember that boxer Teddy Reed? I don't know if you remember him. Bucho. He was from like the late '90s, early. He was like a welterweight. He was like a welterweight. He was a pretty good contender. He beat up some Colombian dude, black guy.
Teddy Reed.
Teddy Reed. I think I'm saying his name.
Not David Reed, right?
No, not David Reed. So Teddy Reed knocked out this Colombian fighter. He knocked him out cold. They had to put him out on the stretcher. And he kept saying, "Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch." Like, yeah, talking to like. And I remember thinking to myself, "Yo, this dude is a piece of shit, right?" And he fights Kermit Cintron, and Kermit Cintron beat the fucking shit out of him. And Kermit Cintron was naturally the bigger man. You could just tell. But I remember thinking to myself, that's poetic justice right there. I mean, maybe Kermit Cintron is not even thinking about it like that. Like, to him, it's like he don't even care what Teddy Reed did in his past. He just wants to win, regardless. But I remember him beating him like senseless, bro. And I was like, yeah, like people like that, I have no mercy for them, man.
He had it coming. He had it coming.
Hey, what happened to all those tall welterweights?
Huh?
What happened with the tall welterweights that we had in the late '90s? Like you
Yeah,
De La Hoya, Trinidad. Now they're all like 5'8",
yeah,
5'9".
I've been talking about that for a while. Like, they don't. The biggest welterweight right now is probably Spence, and he's shorter than De La
Because
Hoya.
I'd like to see Keith Thurman fight like a tall welterweight. Like, you know what I mean? Like a good tall welterweight. How would he fare against those type of fighters, man? Like,
are you outside or some shit, Bucho?
Yeah, I'm outside.
Oh, I could hear. I'm like,
I'm having a smoke here.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like a fucking twister's going off over there, bro.
I smoke cigars, Bucho.
That was a crazy tornado in Alabama that killed all those people.
Yeah, I heard about that shit.
Fucking Wilder caused it when he was missing the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Bucho's.
So
Look at Bucho, where Bucho got his camera facing out. I guess he's in his apartment.
Yeah, what the fuck is?
Yeah, it's the highway, man.
What's the weather like over there, Bucho?
It's fucking cold, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking freezing over here too.
Don't jump.
What the fuck?
Do it. Do it.
I fell off a fucking hand glide before. I ain't even kidding. I was like 10, bro. There was no harness on that motherfucker. It knocked me out. It knocked me out cold. I landed on my fucking chest, dog.
I remember falling off my bunk bed, the top, when I fell asleep and I rolled off.
Yeah, that shit's happened to me too.
Yo,
I've had so many
all you heard
accidents,
was,
man.
oh, that was me. Oh.
Well, you have other brothers recognized?
Yeah. I have a lot of brothers.
Older or younger?
Mainly younger. I got one that's older. He passed away.
Canelo asked if I was drunk yet. No, I'm hungover, dog. I ain't drunk.
Any of you guys know who's fighting on the Mikey Garcia undercard?
Yeah,
Let me check it.
we just checked it a while ago. I think official checked that it was Louis Neary and somebody else, and then fucking who the fuck was it? I forget.
Bots 88 says
Yeah.
Mucho invites hookers up from London.
So it's Benavides, Gillon Love, and Neri Arroyo.
Oh yeah, Benavides. That's right. Yeah.
Luis Nery is a good fighter, but I mean he's had weight issues and problems with clenbuterol, I think too. He's from Tijuana. Yeah. What weight does he fight in? Bantamweight or feather? He should be a featherweight.
Who?
Luis Nery. He should fight Tank.
Tank should fight Burchelt.
Yeah, get that fight over with, man. I give Tank a good shot to win that fight.
What, Burchelt?
Yeah, I give him a good shot.
I think it'd be a good fight. I think it'd be a good fight. Thing is, if Tank don't hurt Burchelt, he's gonna be in for a rough night.
He's gonna hurt him.
Yeah, it'd be a good fight though. I'd like to see that shit.
It'll be a good fight, bro, and will definitely be a good fight, man.
I
don't want to hear he's too young. It's bullshit.
Nah.
Yeah.
So what's Burchelt? How old is Burchelt?
Like 30 or late 20s?
No, 32, I think, man.
Yeah. Late 30s.
Man, if Tank's already having weight issues and he's 23, imagine when he's 25, 27.
That's
gonna outgrow the division,
lack of
man.
discipline, man.
Mike Tyson was 19
but also
years old,
naturally he's gonna
32
grow out
years.
the. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was saying Mike Tyson was 19, fighting 32-year-olds. Like, there was no problem.
Yeah. So he's gonna naturally outgrow the division, and if he's got punching power and he relies on his agility, that ain't gonna get no better. I mean, the time is now for him.
The Quag said Bucho's the original R. Kelly.
Oh shit. Yo,
Lomachenko said it himself in a interview. He said that Mayweather and Tank are not fighters; they're businessmen.
Yeah, I seen that, Gonzalo. I seen him say that too. Read the article, bro.
Yeah, article. Yeah.
Steven Schneider was right. Mike Tyson was jacked up at 12, bro. According to Teddy Atlas. No, Teddy Atlas said it. He said he was a big 12-year-old.
Well, yeah, it's well known.
Teddy Atlas is a weird character, man. I don't know if I like him or.
Yeah, he seems shady, and I don't know, man.
It depends what we're talking about, because he's always shitting on Pacquiao because he don't like Freddie Roach. So I never liked that about Teddy, but I respect Teddy when he calls bullshit on the judges when there's like a bad decision or something like that. So I'm kind of on and off with Teddy Atlas.
You see, he's capable of doing it, but then when there's obvious bullshit, he doesn't call it. Like I'll never forgive him, honestly, for not calling it straight when it came down to Ward and Kovalev. Like I'm being.
What was he saying?
He was saying that I believe Teddy Atlas said that he had no problem with the decision, the first fight, and that was a legit stoppage, and the second fight.
Oh,
That the
Yeah.
is the referee was in a spot where he couldn't see. Like just come on, bro.
He also was
Let's
Yeah,
shitting on. He was also shitting on Robert Garcia at some point when Robert Garcia was really like trainer of the year and all that shit.
yeah, that's
Terry
right.
Atlas, yeah, he wasn't giving him any credit. Like, so that's kind of like you can tell he's a bit jealous, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he acted like he didn't even know who he was.
Oh
You know?
yes, that was yeah. Yeah. I don't know exactly what happened, but they asked him about Robert Garcia. He acted like he didn't know who he was. Come
Robert
on, man.
Garcia is a great trainer, bro. Point
Yeah.
blank, man. Point
yeah.
blank. Period.
Oh, look at how he changed Maidana, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he does this with fighters. Like
You know, they shot one
it's
of his fighters this weekend.
I
Isaac
seen
Colunga
that.
got. Yeah,
I seen
I
that
asked
too,
him about
Gonzalo.
that. Yeah, he got shot in the neck.
damn. That's he survived.
Yeah, he survived, but I don't know if he's gonna be paralyzed or
I
not.
wonder
This is
what
like
part
young
of
kid.
I wonder what part of the neck he got shot. If it's in the back, maybe maybe it's like somewhere like towards the shoulder blade area, your traps. Like if you get
Yeah.
shot there, that's okay, maybe. But if you get directly to the throat, bro, that's like
What's the deal with all these kids getting shot like boxers? You know,
well, they they
like
they
Benavides
they
and
they have their like their own lives, like outside of boxing.
yeah,
And like I said, man, a lot of these fighters come from mental issues, bro. They got this is why they fighters.
Yeah, and there's street guys, a lot of them too, bro. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
You get when boxing, you're gonna get all walks of life for real. Like you're gonna get professionals like Lomachenko comes from a good family, guys like that. But then you're gonna get the problem childs like the Tank Davis of the world, where
yeah,
they come from like bad upbringings and they're involved. They get into nasty habits, like still wanting to live in the hood that's probably too dangerous for them at this point of their lives.
yeah, yeah. Like Crawford got hit in the fucking head too.
Yeah,
By
he
the way,
got shot a couple of years
bo-
ago.
in the chat, Box 88 says that Terry Atlas got stabbed in the face. So that has something to do with that has
Yeah, yeah,
something to
yeah.
do with you mentally. But yeah, he has a huge scar on his fucking left
I
side.
think
Of his
he,
Yeah,
I
face.
think,
yeah, yeah.
I think he caught the fucking razor when he was on Recognizes Island of Rikers there.
He like sometimes when he talked about his analysis about the Golovkin Canelo fighting, he says that like Golovkin was like the ocean and Canelo was
The
like
log,
a log. I
yeah.
kind of agree. You know, that analogy makes a whole lot of sense, and I'm like I can relate. I give him credit for that. But when sometimes, like for example, when he went on the Joe Rogan podcast and he was like up and down, you know, with this conversation, I didn't know what he was trying to get at. You know, when he's talking about a great fighter, when they said he's just really confusing. So I
Well,
don't know what to
what
think of him
what
sometimes.
do you think about the Atlas on the road? Jesus, I'm fucking drunk. Joe
Bro.
Yeah.
Rogan, Joe Rogan podcast when he's like, the Atlas was saying like Mike Tyson, he was a great fighter, but when I don't give him credit because when he had to face when he faced a big challenge, he never stepped up.
Yeah, I heard him
Uh,
say that
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's like,
he's
what the
always hated
fuck,
Tyson.
man?
yeah, come on, man.
Yeah,
I
he
think
hates him.
In fairness to Teddy, I'm gonna give him somewhat of credit for that because it did seem like when Mike Tyson did face look Buster Douglas, nobody thought he was gonna win the fight, but he did have adversity in the fight and he didn't come through. Now there might be more backstory to that, like not training and
The Robin
not taking
Gibbons
this
problems.
the Robin. But then again, that's something that you got to put into the equation. Like he wasn't able to get over that hump and not win the fight. Even though he really did win the fight because he did knock Buster Douglas out.
Talk about a long count now.
Yeah,
I'll give Teddy a pass on the Tyson talk just because he fucking. I mean, he's always going to be biased against Tyson because the dude came at his
Yeah.
fucking daughter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because the dude came at his daughter and all that shit.
I
So
don't think it was his daughter, but it was
this is his
some
No,
niece.
it was
I
his
think it was
cousin, I think niece.
her
Yeah.
niece,
some
yeah.
family. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So it's understandable, but yeah, it gets boring when he starts talking against Tyson. It really pisses me off. I
But you
mean,
know
he
what's
has some
funny?
points, but yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, but you know what's funny? the reason I really remember Teddy Atlas, and he's like this, I don't know, they call him he's a legendary trainer, but the reason I recall him so much is because he's related to Tyson, you know, from back in
Well,
the days.
yeah, and
So
he was
without
never.
Mike Tyson, what would Teddy Atlas be so popular?
Probably not.
For training Michael Moore.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
say
listen,
that.
like the Michael
Uh,
Moore thing was pretty good, but like I think Gonzalo's point is like the Mike
yeah,
Tyson
yeah.
thing, him being such a legendary figure that it's like
Yeah, exactly. Like
it's
a
like
figure at the
anybody
time that, yeah,
anybody associated with him, like Kevin Rooney, right? Like, would you have heard of Kevin Rooney if you didn't know him as Mike Tyson's trainer?
Exactly.
exactly. And he made it. They made a movie about Kevin Rooney.
Hmm.
It's not that real popular movie, but there's a movie about, yeah, Kevin Rooney when he was a trainer, Mike Tyson.
I don't know, but I remember watching the '95 version of Tyson. You know the movie Tyson that came out in '95.
Yeah,
I thought that was a really nice movie.
yeah.
They're saying after this Mob movie comes out, they're saying Scorsese's gonna make a fucking Tyson movie. I was like,
Well,
oh,
Well,
I mean, how
there's
many
already a
Tyson movies
Tyson
are you gonna
movie.
make? Like that's
the,
yeah.
the for years, and you know what? I read that autobiography, and I thought it was really amazing. And if they ever make that movie, it's going to be a lot better than, for example, a movie about Roberto Duran that was some
Make
bullshit.
a
Oh,
make
it's
a
garbage.
make a De
yeah,
La Hoya movie. That's what I want to see that kind of
Arguello.
movie. La
Really?
Hoya.
What do you?
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't mind for
How
sure.
about an Alexis Arguello movie? That
Yeah,
would be
exactly, man.
fucking.
Make an Alexis Arguello movie. Make like a Julio Cesar Chavez, some shit like that, man.
There's
Speaking of
already one, but it's
Yeah,
not
there's
that
such.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
speaking
a
of that,
show too.
I never seen it.
I want to see
It's in
a good auto
Spanish, you
movie.
know.
speaking of that Duran, speaking of that Duran movie, I don't know who that fucking chick was that played his wife, but she's a fucking 12 out of 10. She was in
Oh
that
yeah,
fuck.
she was fucking hot, man.
She was in that fucking. She was in that new Blade Runner movie come out last year or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That chick is
that
fucking
was the only
fine.
good thing about that fucking movie, man.
Yo,
there's
I was gonna tell you, my boy. I don't know how true. I don't know how true this is, but my boy tells me that Duran is half Filipino.
he's
He
half
keeps saying it.
Panamanian, half Mexican.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah. True.
Or
He's
Mexican.
Mexican.
maybe no, but he keeps telling me
Oh,
this. Like he's Pan. The guy was the
So
guy.
you were joking. I just you was making a joke, precise.
No, no,
Precise.
listen,
Recognize. I thought you
recognize.
were just making a joke.
No.
Look, he's half Mexican, man.
Well, maybe he is. Maybe he was wrong about that, but he was because I was like, a lot of Panamanians are dark skinned or whatever, and I was like, but Duran didn't fit that profile. He was like, yeah, that's because he's half Filipino.
It could be like Filipino genes, like a Mexican, like her Mexican mom traveled. The grandmother was from the Philippines, but then she became a Panamanian.
Something
The
like that,
daughter,
yeah,
yeah,
or
was
maybe the grandfather or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, box 88 said.
married into yeah.
He said
uh,
Duran is a common like Spanish last name that a lot of Filipinos have.
Yeah, box 88 said Ana de Armas. Yeah, she's a fucking bad bitch. That one. She's nice looking.
by the way, talking about Filipinos, Filipinos, man, they're such a nice people. I never saw such nice people as Filipinos. For example, here in Paris, they have some Filipino clubs where they're going once a week or anything. They're throwing parties. So my two ex-girlfriends, uh, I'm not crazy about Filipino girls or especially attracted to them, but I just happen to be Filipino.
Racist. You
She goes, I
racist.
was married to a Filipino here.
And
Yeah.
she was taking me
I used
to
to
the
hang out
club.
with Filipinos. All they do is go to fucking karaoke. So it wasn't my thing, man. I was like, fuck it.
They
Oh
love to take
yeah,
a lot of pictures.
but I wanted to say that if you compare those Filipinos parties to the Serbian parties, because here at the Serbian clubs, if you are outside of the club, e- every guy is watching you like he's going to kill you any moment, while in front of the
Oh,
Filipino
fuck.
clubs,
The last
they're
time I ever went to
all
a Serbian club.
Yeah, they saw me they're seeing me for the first time in their life in front of the club. Everybody's saying me, hello, what's up, man? Really nice people.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they are nice. But
I
the
got a.
thing that go ahead, Johnny.
No, I was just gonna say I got a couple. I got a couple. I got everything in my family, man. I got a couple Filipino cousins too. Them motherfuckers, them people. This was nice.
Yeah, the thing that frustrates me about them though is like they understand English, but like I could be talking English, and the end of the day, they don't really care what I say. They just go back to talking their Filipino language, and like they don't they don't take into account the your story because like they just kind of like they undermine it because I think it's because I'm in their country and I'm talking about like their family. When I try to make a point, like it doesn't sit well with them. They
They're
form
like
their own opinions.
you're just a Mexican. Shut up. Like that's
Gonzalo,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
weird. Like
sorry, Gonzalo. For example, my ex-girlfriend told me that sometimes the Filipinos are mad because all the strangers are coming to the Philippines, and so they're just trying to fuck the Filipinos and everything. So
mm,
no, true. I don't know how to explain it in
yeah,
English
yeah. I
properly,
heard that
but
about Thailand.
so
Yeah,
maybe that's why
Thailand too.
the
Yeah.
strangers.
yeah. In other words, there's a bunch of cock blockers. What you
I
trying to
got.
say?
I think I told Bucho. I think I told Bucho this story. Maybe some of you guys heard it before. I have a friend that always, every year for like the last 10 years, he goes to Thailand.
Oh God.
I
Every
want to
Yeah.
know what the fuck he
year.
does over there.
Hey,
Yeah.
Breck. Sorry, I just want to add something. See, my girlfriend, she has a gay friend, and we was hanging around with him.
You have a great official. You have a great life. Go ahead, continue.
Sorry,
No,
what you
no. The
said?
reason I said you have a very interesting life. You got girlfriends that are gay, and it's a good
And
story.
by the way, the Shepherd of Sounds asked me earlier to to talk more about my swinger friend and everything. But anyways, to go back to my girlfriend's friend that is gay, he was telling us that he knew some guy that was going to Thailand to fuck the young boys and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
sounds
see,
about right.
my I think it was somebody on the panel, right? Somebody on the panel. I forgot who it was. It may have been Stewart or it may have been Apology. I don't know. Stewart more likely. Maybe it was him. He said to me. He said, recognize if your boy's going there for the last 10 years, every year, what like clockwork, it's either two things: he's messing with little boys, or he's got a kid out there by now. He said, because why would you go to one place for 10 years in a row? I mean, like, even if you're getting all the pussy out there, all the pussy, like, dude, it's like the same type of girls. It's the same, like, if that's what
Yeah.
you're gonna like. Okay, let's say everybody in this panel, we're all single men, and we all just the only thing that's on our mind is like banging different girls. Wouldn't you want to add different countries on that list, like instead of just one country?
Exactly.
Same old
Like,
shit.
I would want to go. I wouldn't want to go here. I would want to go there. But he just wants to go there. That's it.
I think it's the boys.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
Suspicious.
a lot of Filipinos they have when they the ones that whore around they have kids from different foreign fathers because they get a little bit of cheese from them, you know. They get a little bit of money
They
from
sound like
different fathers.
They sound like American girls, except that they keep American girls keep it domestic. They keep it at the domestic level.
I don't think I ever banged no Asian chick before. Just fucking Spanish and whiteys
Right?
and an Israeli.
Yeah.
Racist.
No,
No, but
I'm just saying.
even my mom said because she works in the school, you know that the Filipinos there's Filipino workers like ladies that like sometimes you talk and they pretend like they don't understand what you're saying. You know, they can be like that, very dismissive. But then when they're talking their language, they'll just, you know, they'll clan up.
Dude, you
Yeah,
know the
but this
hottest girls, man, like the hottest mixtures of girls, man, is Brazil. Holy shit! When I went up there, that was crazy.
Where?
In Brazil.
Oh
No,
yeah. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
I'll tell you what. Recognize you. Well, you familiar with Florida too, bro?
Oh
They
yeah.
got a lot of nice Colombian and fucking Cuban and oh yeah, down there, bro.
Colombians are hot.
Colombians are fucking hot. I went to watch some Colombian
Damn, they are hot.
Colombia playing the World Cup there. So it's like, oh, I'll go to the
You,
fucking.
Bucho, I don't know if you ever been
Jeez.
to. I don't know if you ever been to New York, but the Colombian girls in Queens. God damn it, they're sick, bro. Like they just look really good.
I know.
I never,
I
never
got
seen
some.
a hot one.
I got some head. I got some head from a Colombian chick when I was in Florida before she was.
Yeah, they're hot.
Was
It
that
was
good or bad?
it was oh good. It was I was I fucking I don't think it lasted too long because I was like Jesus Christ, this fucking chick is fine, but yeah.
Hey, by the way, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, going back to my ex Filipina girlfriend, I met her here in Paris, and she also had a lot of Filipino gay friends, and I was telling about it to a friend of mine, and he was saying like, well, he was looking at we was looking at her friends on Facebook, and he was saying like, man, look how Filipina girls are so hot. I don't understand why so many Filipinos here are gay. Look at them, how they are hot. And he was pointing out at one particular girl, and I told him, man, that girl, she's a female because
Oh shit!
yeah, because I was telling him, man, I was standing next to her, and so she was the tallest Filipina I ever seen. I saw clearly that she was a female, but
God.
yeah.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna have to end it now. The fights are about to start. I mean, they already started, but it's 9 o'clock, so the good fights are about to start. So I'm gonna end the show now. So thank you for coming, guys. We'll see you tomorrow with the post-fight show with Mr. BDA.
Definitely, man.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. Peace.
Peace.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Peace.
All right. Take care, guys, and everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for the post-fight show. Take
Peace out,
care, guys.